We are live. We got some new lighting in here, so I'm going to be playing with that a little bit today. Let me know what you guys think. Welcome back to Pedro, Santiago. We got a lot to get into tonight. If the lighting is a little odd, it's because we're trying something new. I got a ring light. I got a sign made for me by my beautiful girlfriend for my birthday. Turned 40 on Tuesday. It's been a great week. So we got a lot to get into today. I've made a few videos this week talking about tipping and what it means to me. Backstory, I worked 17 and a half years in the restaurant industry managing. First I started doing tables and bartending, and I've done every job in a restaurant. I've done every job in a restaurant, all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. So I've seen what tipping does and what non-tipping does to a human being's like morale and overall thought process of why they're doing what they're doing and why they choose that line of work. Let me turn this light on here too. Hold up. Maybe, I don't know. We're going to rock with this right now. So we're going to get into today's topics. We'll talk about my week. We'll talk about 3 featured channels like we always do. We'll take calls in about 14 minutes. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you had a great Sunday. If you worked, if you're still out dashing, be safe. I hope you hit your end of the week goals. And every week we end our week with each other and we kind of begin our week with each other. So I'm humbled and privileged you guys are with me. Give a thumbs up for the sign. This is an awesome sign. My girlfriend gave me this for my birthday. I think it's like a little crooked, but it's okay. Eventually we're going to be moving and we're going to have an office, and I'll be doing lives out of the office, and it's going to be in the next few months. The setup for the lives is going to be phenomenal. Stay tuned. I'm saying it right now so you guys remember I said it. Okay. So topics for tonight. Doesn't matter if customers tip you. If you make $10 and it's all DoorDash pay, all Uber pay, all Grubhub pay, does it matter? Topic number 2. Should customers tip for food delivery or parcel delivery, goods and services? Should customers be tipping? Before we take calls, I'm going to give you my 3 reasons why I think people don't, and I want to get your guys' opinion. Third topic. Do you tip when you go out to eat or order in? Do you tip? If you do, why? If you don't, why? This isn't a right or wrong answer. This is us talking about a topic. I think it's a hot button topic. I think there are a lot of people that believe it doesn't matter. I just want to make money. I don't care where the money comes from. I think completely different than that. We're going to talk about that in a moment. And I'm going to give you my reasons why. And it's not that there's a right answer or a wrong answer. To each his own. Dollars are dollars at the end of the day. But I have reasons why I believe what I believe. So we're going to get into that topic. I'll talk about my week. So I had a good week. I did have to work a little bit yesterday. I didn't have to, but I did. Because as some of you guys might know, I'm going to be taking a week of Thanksgiving off. So I'm going to work this coming up week. And then next week, I'm not working Monday through Sunday. So I've worked the last 2 Saturdays to kind of get, just to work a little bit because I'm going to miss a whole week's of pay from DoorDash, at least, and Uber Eats. But I planned for that, and I've done a little thing. So I was actually working 6 days this week, but I only worked 31 hours. Because on Tuesday, I only worked half a day. Thursday, I worked half a day. So I still hit my goal for the week. And I did really good. The last 2 Saturdays I've worked, I've done really good. And Saturday's on a day for me. But I think it's almost like I feel like I might take Sunday and Wednesday off going forward. I don't know. But I like to have 2 consecutive days. I'm not sure. But Saturdays are good in my market. I'm learning that. And I made a lot of money in 5 hours. So I made $160 in 5 hours yesterday. That's good. So that was my week. I hope you guys had a good week. I'll get to the chat in a minute. Let's talk about the 3 featured channels. We feature 3 channels every week on this channel. So 2 of them are gig related. This week 3, because I got an honorable mention. And then 1 is a channel I kind of like that I watch that's not gig related. And I hope that you guys can like it as well. So I can get the shirt in here a little bit. There we go. That's better. So the first channel is, this is a friend of mine. I consider him a friend. We know each other. His channel it's kind of gig related in the way that it's about financials. So it's a channel called Pocket Watching with J.T. Real Estate Accountant Reacts, or Real Accountant Reacts. Pocket Watching with JT. It's a phenomenal channel. It's a bigger channel, but he's a accountant, and he reacts to other people giving out bad information, and he gives you correct information from a professional perspective. It's a phenomenal channel. Check it out. I have the description in I have the link in the description. Second channel is a new one that I stumbled upon this past week. It's called Delivery Wyld. So Delivery, WYLD. Check it out. He's only got 6 or 7 videos, but I like to support smaller channels because we're all a small channel at some point. I remember when I was a small channel and I got shout outs, and it kind of keeps you motivated to continue to make content. So second channel is Delivery Wyld. And the third one is one that is not gig related, but it's one that I found. And I'm actually going to be making a second channel, guys. And it's going to be music reactions. I'm a big music fan. I've talked about this in the community tab. You guys have sent me requests. You guys will send me things, and I will react live to those song requests, any genre. But this channel is really cool. It's like an ex-rocker. He usually does like rock music, and that's what he's performs himself, but he reacts to like hip hop and other things. The channel is called Bob, B-O-B. Don't mind my screaming daughter in the background. B-O-B, the Poppop. Capital P, lowercase O-P, lowercase P-O-P. Bob the Poppop. Cool channel. Hasn't been around long. I think he's got 15 or 16,000 subs. Super humble dude. Reacts to hip-hop stuff most recently from what I've seen. But his breakdown of the songs is absolutely phenomenal. This is a good channel if you like music and you like live reaction and you like somebody seeing and hearing something for the first time and giving you their perspective, but from a place of knowledge. You know, like he's a musician himself. Phenomenal channel. And then the fourth one is another gig channel. I shouted out once about a month ago. She's almost at 1,000 subs. And just so you guys know, when you're on YouTube and you're a content creator, getting the 1K subs unlocks and opens a lot of doors. And it's a milestone. And I remember when I did it, it was a milestone. I celebrated with you guys. We did a giveaway. It's a big deal for me. So this channel is called Ride Along with Bree. Ride Along with B-R-I. Let's get her to 1K tonight. She's close. If you're already subscribed, awesome. If you're not, check out a video or two. I really like her ride along. She does Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Super cool channel. Check it out. Ride Along with Bree, Bob the Poppop, Delivery Wyld, and Pocket Watching with JT. There we go. Those are the 3 channels. We got about 7 minutes. Okay, so let's get into the live chat. Let's see who's here, and then we'll talk about topics again, and we're going to open the lines up, and I'm ready. And before I get into the chat, I want you guys to know 102 people, 106 people watching. Thank you very much. So I'll share with you. I'm passionate about delivering food to people that respect my time and that are considerate, that are kind, and that I feel like you are using the platform for the way that it's intended. And we can agree to disagree, but I feel passionate about that. I try not to deliver food to people that don't tip. If you're a non-tipper, call the show tonight. If you're watching on a replay, leave a comment. Let me know why, because we might have reasons as to why that is, right? I'd like to know what it is, and we can have an honest and open discussion. I believe that if you're ordering food on a food service, or if you're ordering dog food for your dog, or you're ordering groceries, you should tip for a couple reasons. One, you're tipping to ensure prompt service. That's the acronym. You're tipping out of kindness because we're doing something for you that you could normally do for yourself. Some people, maybe they have a disability or they're sick. They got kids at home. You can't get out. I totally understand that. But 95% of the people that use the platforms can do this service for themselves, whether it's go get it themselves, shop themselves, or cook themselves, right? So I believe you should tip because that is it's a service, and it's a luxury service in my opinion. Second reason, it's respect. You know, it's about the way we run this society currently. Now, we have a history of tipping. I've done a video on it. Some people agree, some people don't. That's a separate debate. But the way it's currently made is that you should tip for good service and tip because you're doing something you could do on your own. Now, there are people that say, I can't tip. They're charging me delivery fees, service fees, sometimes a small basket fee. I'm being charged more for the goods and services on the platform than if I went to myself, on shop myself. These are completely legitimate arguments, and I 100% agree. I'm not on the side of the apps for charging you more, charging you crazy fees, charging you a service fee, charging you sometimes a small basket fee, sometimes a city regulatory fee if they cap the fees. Like I've talked about this at nauseum in many videos. However, some people will say I can't afford it because there's so many fees and like it's too much money. It's a pandemic and inflation. I'm going to say something strong right now, and I'm saying this for effect, but this is me. That is baloney. If you can't afford the apps, you should not use them, period. I'm going to say that with 5 exclamation points. This is why. I'm somebody that uses the apps, but I also cook at home often. I cooked a meal last night, put it on my Instagram. I cooked today for my girlfriend for the whole week. I do ready-made meals for her. It cost me $18 to cook her 5 meals. The excuse that I can't afford it because of inflation is complete garbage. And I say that with zero empathy for somebody that says that. Unless you can give me a reason why, I will combat you and argue with you on tonight's live and any day of the week. Inflation is a real thing. However, if you are smart and use your brain, you don't have to be affected by it as much as you think. If you want to use an app to order $80 of food, but you can't leave a $5 tip, your money management is garbage. And I will debate anybody on that. And that's part of the topic of discussion tonight. And we can debate respectfully. Because if you can spend $80 on food or $20 for McDonald's, if you can't afford a tip, you shouldn't use the app, point blank, period. And I feel very strong about that. Very strong. And I get it. We all want special treats and things like that. But at the end of the day, if you want to have a separate conversation about money management as far as food and how to meal plan and meal prep, we can talk about that separately. But if you're spending $80 and you justify not leaving a tip because it's too expensive, that's an excuse. Let's get into the chat. Okay, so what's up, Kanita? What's up? We got Bud Soda in the house. We got Eric. What up, my friend? Smagging ass. We got Liam Defoe. We got TN. How are you? We got Julie, Jacqueline, Tracy, Slavic. How are you, my friend? Jessica, Dan, Latasha, Marco, Jacqueline, the twins. Sorry if I missed a few. Margot. We got Anthony. We got TN. We got Dan in the house. Hold on, let me scroll down a little bit. Latasha, Michael, what up? Michael, I hope you called in. I got your message. I hope you got it back. We got Type 507. We got Trap, Renee, Mad Dash for Road Trip Cash. What up? What's up, Pedro? Pocket Watchers. Found them on my journey. Yeah. Awesome, man. That's what's up. All right. Bill, what's up? Christopher, Gustavo, Nicole, hello. Listen, 144 people in here. You guys are ready for tonight. Listen, I am passionate about this topic because Jen, what up? 100, yes. Adam. Whoa, Adam Gwynn. That is not necessary, my friend. Much appreciated. Wow. $49.99 dono. That's amazing. That's the biggest dono I've ever gotten on this channel. Not needed. Definitely appreciated. Appreciate you sending that. Wow, absolutely phenomenal. Okay. The gig between Bruce, Doc. Okay, so he took my food out of the trunk and it was all messed up. I must have missed something, traffic. What's up, Pedro? Salute. You can attract quite the Dasher attendees. Yeah. Listen, you know what? I'm Pedro DoorDash Santiago, and right now I feel like I am the DoorDash guy. I feel like there's many of us that do DoorDash content. I feel like I'm one of many, but I feel humbled that I can give you guys content. I give you guys content every day. We go live every day. I feel like I'm the guy right now, and I'm humbled to say that, but I know that that's the reality. You guys email me, you comment me. I comment on every comment. I'm very live in this community. I feel humbled that you guys have chosen me to be one of many very talented people. Good segue. We're going to be on UDM's channel on Saturday. He put already a community post about that. Me, him, DoorDash Dad, we're going to do a little roundtable. Looking forward to that this coming Saturday. Time to be determined. And then I got ultra special collab coming this week. Be on the lookout. We're going to take some calls. I'm a couple minutes behind. Ultra special collab like none other coming this week. You guys are going to love it. And then I got some other things I'm going to be collaborating with other people. Let me know what you guys think about the lights in the chat. Is it 2 lights? Is it 2? Is it? I'm trying something different. And then we will get some calls here in a second. But tonight's topic, before we take the calls, does it matter to you as a delivery driver if a customer tips or not, or is money to you? Not a right or wrong answer, okay? I have my opinion, but that's my opinion. Should customers tip for food delivery? Or should DoorDash just pay us $10 for everything, $8 for everything, whatever it is? Do you tip when you go out to eat? Do you tip when you order in or out? What do you guys do, okay? Have you always tipped, or have you just started tipping because you never knew about tipping because you never worked a server job or a bartender job or never managed a restaurant? Is that something that's new to you? All right, let's take this first call. Those are the topics for the night. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line this evening?
For the third week in a row, I'm the first caller.
What's up, man? It's because you are on it, my friend. How are you, Bud Soda?
I'm doing all right. So this ties into the tipping thing. I went to dinner for my sister's birthday and my brother-in-law's birthday. They both had the same birthday on November 10th. They just got back from a vacation.
Cool.
I tipped $15 on a $55 order.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I just feel it's the right thing to do. I probably tip more than most because I've done the work and I do good work. However, tying into that, it might be a hard question for you. You might not want to answer it. They were throwing unicorns at me, and I was already running late. I still took a few orders going south, but they were trying to pull me back to Fort Drum, doing $20 to $30 consistent. I got like 20 orders in a row. I all declined. $20 to $30 each because I wanted to get down toward my sister. I always try to cash flow my way, but she was understanding. I was about an hour late, but like, do you think I should have rescheduled when she already drove there, or do you think I did the right thing by being with the family? I mean, I love catching up with her, but man, that was painful.
So, okay, you're saying you had some dinner plans for your sister's birthday, and there were, you had the apps on, you're kind of working your way towards the party, and you were still taking deliveries because they were so good.
Yeah, but they were trying to drag me back to Fort Drum, even when I was south of Watertown, they were trying to drag me back to Fort Drum because the orders were just bombarding and they were so good. I don't know if they were showing full payouts or something.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely bonkers.
This is what I say. This is what I say to that. There has been many times where I've said, hey, on a normal night, no family constraints. I just want to be home by 7. And there's peak pay or it's busy. And maybe I wind up being home at like 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock because the money's to be made, right? On those occasions, if I got nothing going on, I'll stay out. But if it's family, birthday or something, I know myself, and I think we're similar in this regard. If I tell myself I need to be at the party at 7, I turn my app off at like 6. Like I don't even push it that close because I know that I might be tempted. So for me, like I've wasted so much time in my prior work life, missing certain events or being a little bit late or, stretching the time thin, that I just give myself an hour buffer for every event currently that I might have to go to or want to go to. And I just turn it off an hour before I really need to. That way I'm like early, if anything else. That's what I do right now in the last, year and a half.
Well, like I took a $30 Instacart that was heading toward Adams, which is south of Watertown. And the orders were so good from DoorDash that I just let it cancel itself, which is bad, but
yeah,
it hurts your rating. But that's a good one. And I just ignore that. I'm actively dashing right now, Pedro.
I can tell.
Man.
Hey, get your money, man. Just be safe, but get your money, man. I respect it.
Yeah. I'm on the way home. But I just wanted to kind of get your feelings on it. I don't know what the chat's saying right now. I'm not looking at it.
Yeah. So that's that's my opinion.
It's really, really hard for me to turn that kind of money down because I just kind of acquired it through that payment, you know?
Yeah.
You might pick on me, but I have no choice. I smashed my car with a deer, so I'm dashing in my new truck.
Oh, man.
And I'm being very picky about my orders because of it.
Yeah. No, hey, I respect. Hey, everybody has their hustle, and everybody does it for a different reason. I think it's not about passing judgment or saying, "Hey, you made the wrong decision." Like we all do this for different reasons, and I think that's fine. I'd share with you what my experience is, and other people can share theirs. But at the end of the day, man, like you sounds like you made your sister's birthday. I'm sure she was happy you were there, and it is what it is. But there isn't a right or wrong answer. It's about what works for you, and we all got bills, and things pop up. So.
Yeah. Another subject I want to touch on was the fact that you're doing that round table.
Yeah.
I love Roy, but he seemed a little too cynical about it, saying, "Oh, the same three talking about the same things we already all know about." But really, I look at it as when it comes to that kind of discussion, the same for Hannibal. They talk on a more advanced level, and then it does divulge a little BS thing. You got to humanize everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But let everybody be them. But I feel it's why are we so cynical? It's I struggle with negativity, and that's why my anxiety was running, and why I self-doubted myself.
Yeah.
So,
no, I hear you. I didn't see what you were talking about, but I think hey, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a voice. We can't have everybody that agrees. We got to have a balance. And at the end of the day, we're going to, I will say this. I feel very strong that I am helping this community. So if somebody feels different or if they feel like I'm repetitive, that's their choice to think that. But I know I help people because they tell me it every single day. And the one thing.
How many people I sent you guys' way?
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy,
thank you,
man. Because I see these dashers making bad decisions and I want to help them.
Yeah.
Because that's my why. I want to help people.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all good. Like I think there's helping in the wrong way and there's helping in the right way. But at the end of the day,
a good one at that.
Yeah.
And I got what I got to do, man. I got to go earn my money.
Hey, go make your money, bud. I appreciate you calling in and appreciate the support. And I know I'll probably talk to you next week, my friend. Thank you. Be safe out there.
Hey, one more thing, buddy.
Yeah.
I know you had a super bad experience, brother. Why don't you just blacklist that store? And maybe give small businesses another chance, man.
No, listen, man.
I still yet to have a good phone call with you privately about that.
Let's do that privately. Let's do that maybe right after Thanksgiving because I got let's do it in a couple weeks. But I'll definitely respect that conversation. But I'm gonna take pause on Instacart for a couple weeks for sure.
All right, brother. I'll let you go.
All right, man.
Maybe get one holiday over with and try to bring up for Christmas.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Everybody. Be safe. Earn your money.
All right, so we got baby Ruby's going to make an appearance. So we're going to pause the phone calls. This is my daughter, Ruby June Long Santiago. Some of you have met her. Hi, say hi, Ruby. Say hi. She's going to rock with us for a minute. I will never turn that opportunity down. So we're going to pause the phone lines. Say hi, boo. Say hi. Do you see yourself? Can you see yourself? Look. Is that light too bright for you? Listen, is this the most adorable baby in the world? I'm just saying. We are extremely blessed and lucky. She'll be 4 months old in 2 days. If you're calling right now, I got to pause you. So call back. This is Ruby. Everybody say hi. Topics of the night approved by Ruby June. She is my executive producer. She does a lot of video editing with me. All the little mini trailers you see I put out in the last couple of weeks, she helps me with those. Okay. So the messages to topics tonight. Does it matter if a customer tips you or not? Do you even care? Do you want all your money to come from DoorDash, half of it, does it matter to you? Are we overthinking it? Should customers tip? Should it be mandatory? Should it not be? It will never be mandatory. That would be wrong. But What's your opinion? Should customers tip for a service that I think is a luxury service? That's my opinion. 99.9% of the orders that are put on the apps are not essential. I will debate anybody on that. 99.9. And do you tip when you go out and dine in or dine out or take out? Do you always tip? Do you tip only if you get good service, which is fine? I don't believe necessarily in tip. If you get bad service from somewhere, you shouldn't have to tip. Like, you should tip for somebody doing a good job. I do believe that. But food delivery, in my opinion, is a little different because we're using our own automobiles, using our gas, beating up our cars. We're not getting paid. We have no PTO. There's no 401k. There's none of that stuff. So those are the topics. You guys are, I enjoy the lighting upgrade. Thank you, Hannibal. Let me know if you think it's too dark, or I'm going to change angles and stuff, but it's definitely a little, I'm trying something out, Hannibal. I got a ring light and I got the orange. I don't even have the phone hooked up. Basically, I got the light behind the laptop and I'm streaming with the laptop, but I could hook my phone up in the middle of the ring light. You can have different colors. I'm going to try different things out, but thanks, man. Your lighting is always really good. So I'm trying to upgrade a little bit. Eventually I'll have like a little office space and I'm going to have some cool backdrops and some cool art. This is the first piece I'll have up, but I'm going to have other things as well. So phone calls will continue as soon as Ruby, look at Ruby. She likes it. Say hi. Say hi, boo. So Ruby, if you can't tell, has blue eyes. She has dark eyebrows. She has no hair, which is kind of funny. And she's the cutest thing ever. Both of my daughters, Gabby and Ruby, were the cutest babies, and I'm very, very humble and happy and extremely blessed. And she's awesome. So we go on walks Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today, I took her we went and had breakfast, picked up breakfast, cleaned the car. Yesterday, we went on our first hike in the woods, and we had a breakfast outside, campfire breakfast. It was phenomenal. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that. So we're adventurous. So her mom is the one that's very smart and tactical and like knows all the like important baby stuff. And right now my role is like, we're going to be adventurous and we're going to go out and do things and we're going to watch cool stuff. And like, we love it. So you ready? Yeah. Okay. Say bye, Ruby. Bye. Bye. All right. That was a perfect little interlude. Okay. All right. So let me see what we got going on here. Okay. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I appreciate it. It's not necessary, but Hannibal, thank you. For Ruby also. That's my birthstone. Adam, what up, my friend? Thank you, man. Ruby's a good birthstone. All right. So you guys know the topics. All right. Roy's in here. What's up, Roy? I didn't read all your comments yet. Hey, Bud Soda, good evening. Yeah, I think Bud Soda mentioned you. All right, so let's get into the calls. I got the next call coming in. We're going to take it. I'll get to the chat when we can. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line this evening?
I have a balance and at the end.
Hello, you're live?
Yes, I am.
Hi, who do we have on the line tonight?
Oh my gosh, I got through. I am Conita. How are you?
Conita, how are you? I saw you ask some questions earlier. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I follow you every day because I'm new to DoorDash, and you actually replied back to one of my comments that I put on the live, but I still didn't get it. So my question is, when you get to the store or wherever you gotta go, you already accepted it, and then you like confirmed that you picked it up, and then when you click directions to go where it is, it's like way too far, and then you can't get out of it. I don't know what to do with that.
Oh, okay. So, Kanita, okay. I didn't realize you had confirmed pickup already. So, okay. So you're saying, is this on the DoorDash platform?
Exactly. But even if you don't confirm pickup, it doesn't show you where you have to go, or maybe I don't know.
Okay. So the first thing you need to do in very beginning, before you accept that offer, you should see a couple things. I'm going to run them down with you. You should see the merchant. Okay, so where you're going. Like it should say, let's say McDonald's, for example. Okay, it should also tell you the amount it's paying. Let's just say $6. And it should also tell you an amount of miles. It should say 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, 12 miles. You want to look at the miles before you hit accept. Okay. And you can also zoom in on the house. So you should see 2 icons above that information. You should see a map. It should have a box of like where the retailer is, like a big like building, and then like a house icon telling you where it's being dropped off to. So you need to correspond that house icon with the miles, and that should give you a general area of where you need to take it to.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So my first big take, I am binging on you. And by the way, I love your spirit. You have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
And I'm from Chicago too.
Chi-town all day.
All day, west side all day. I'm
Yes,
in Florida,
sir.
Orlando right now.
Yes.
But I really like your videos. And so I was trying to figure that part out. So the last one I took, they triple stacked me at PetSmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, PetSmart. The last order was the furthest, but it actually got me closer to home right when my dash was about to end. So I assumed that's what they were doing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did like 1 or 2 more in the area that I'm at, but I don't like to dash at night because I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not quite getting that. Like, I'm not quite getting how they can make me stay in the area that I'm in.
Well, the one thing with DoorDash that I found out is that the algorithm doesn't really care where you live, how long, you want to be out. They don't really necessarily know that. Like, they'll send you any and everywhere. Okay. And sometimes you get a little bit lucky, and maybe the last one of the night leaves you in a spot, close to home. And that's just blind luck. It's not the algorithm knowing that you want to be done at 7 p.m. That's just the offer that was there at that time that you're out. The biggest thing I could say to you is, DoorDash, if it's one single order, it's going to give you 30 seconds or so to make a decision. If it's a triple or a double stack, it'll give you 60 or 90 seconds. Take the time to look at the miles and where the last drop off is. Take the time.
It's so hard when you're driving. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Hard. You're fine. It is hard when you're driving. You're right. Yeah.
When you're driving. Okay, so my last thing, and I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to be like everybody else, like going on too long.
No, it's okay.
I had my first time. I had like this like red card thing. So I'm like with the red card thing, and I go there because it was liquor, and I watch your videos, and I know that like liquor does like really big, and it was a red card thing. My red card didn't work, so I contacted DoorDash, and they were like, "Oh, is this?" And I'm like, "No, I was standing there. It was not declining the card. It was not. It was like error.
Mm-hmm.
So the card was not working, and even when I was like, okay, I can't do this, they like tripled the money. It went from like a $13 order to a $36 order because this person really wanted this liquor.
Yeah.
But I swiped the card. What was that?
So sometimes with your red card, you have to make sure you use it as credit. And depending on the merchant, when you swipe that card, if you hit debit or something, it won't work. You have to hit credit. Also,
because you never gave me that option. It just said error.
Yeah, so it might have been the merchant. The merchant doesn't know that it was a DoorDash. You have to let them know, and then maybe on their end they have to hit credit. But the DoorDash red cards have to be ran as credit. And also, if you ever pick items and it's happened to me. Like, let's say you have to make a substitution, or the customer didn't upload enough money, you'll get that error as well. But the main thing is, most of the time, if there's an error, it's because we're not running it as credit. You can call DoorDash support, and sometimes they'll try to reload it for you, but that will happen occasionally. It's happened many times to me. I've had to call DoorDash support, or I have to make sure they run it as credit for me, and then usually it'll work at that point.
I really, really thank you. God bless you. You are amazing.
No problem.
You're doing a lot for people. I just don't know what to say. I'm really amazed that you even got my call. So I won't keep you. I'll let you get back to the other chats. I had like one more thing, but I'll just type it in and maybe you'll answer.
No problem. Type it in. If I don't reply, because I'm taking the calls, there's a lot of really good people in this chat right now, and I'm sure if you ask a question, you'll get a response.
Thank you so much.
All right.
God bless you.
Have a good night, Kanita. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. So that's a new Dasher. I like helping new people. We're all new at some point. A lot of this stuff can seem easy to a lot of us, but you got to understand, a lot of us are new, and it's with the first week, first few days, and we come to YouTube to kind of get that information, to get the knowledge, to get some answers. I was one of those people that came and watched certain people's channels to kind of understand some things, and then it made me feel better. So, all right, let's take this next call. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Pedro, it's Tom from North Carolina. I've called in once before.
You said Tom, right?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm the proud new owner, thanks to you, of a pizza bag because all I did was just ask the first Papa John's I walked into.
Yes, sir. That is awesome, man. And let me guess, they gave it to you for free.
I put out a $10 bill and they said no.
Perfect. See, I'm glad that helped you, my friend, because that's how I got my pizza bag, and I love it. I use it for everything. So.
Man, pizzas like go cold so fast when we're sitting in my seat. That's one of the greatest things.
Oh, big time, big time. I think pizzas. I think pizzas are the one. I think they're literally the one item that when people order, especially if it's a hand to me, they expect, because the pizza companies do it, for us to take that out of a bag. And I think if you walk up to a house and hand somebody a pizza, not from coming right out of a bag, I think they're going to look at you a little crazy. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. So.
Definitely. Yeah, I just had one other question for you. Have you had that DoorDash update that starts yapping at you when you pull up to the customer?
Oh my God! You know what happened to me yesterday? So I found out about it from somebody else on Friday, and I was out for a few hours yesterday. And I got to be honest, I don't like it. But that's my own personal thing. Like, I don't like my phone talking to me. So yeah, I got to figure out a way to like not have her say what she says, because I already know the delivery instructions before I get there. But that happened to me yesterday for the first time.
How ignorant of an update is that? I mean, what do you think? We all drive around not listening to things? Like my podcasts are constantly getting paused, so this thing can just say, "You've arrived." It gets super loud when it talks. It's extremely annoying if it's late at night. It like wakes up the neighborhood to get your windows down.
Yeah.
It was decided by somebody who's never done this a day of their life.
Facts. I agree with you 100%. I do think, I will say this, there are a minority of people doing these apps that I think might like it, and that's okay for whatever reason. But I think it should be like optional. They should have told us about it. It's kind of like, it was off-putting. Like I rolled up, I'm like, what is going on with my phone? And to be completely transparent with you and everybody watching, for my own selfish reasons, I record video when I do deliveries. So when I am coming up to a spot, a lot of times I have my phone video on, and I won't be able to do that if the thing's going off like that. So I'm going to have to figure out a workaround. I don't know. I haven't thought I'll have to figure it out tomorrow.
Make a petition, man, because that thing it's just started.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. But I definitely think it's just annoying. It's not like a big deal, but it's an annoyance. So I hear you on that.
Yeah, well, that's all I have for you.
So let me ask you a question real quick while I got you on the phone, my friend.
Sure thing. I apologize for not being on topic.
No, you're good. No, you're good. So let me ask you, do you think customers, does it matter to you if an order has a tip on it or not, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I guess talk about tips. Like I was going to call in last week talking about tipping the merchants, right? So when I use that Uber Plus card, and every time they ask me to sign, I have to write a 0 for the tip. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if the customer would want me to leave $1 or $2 or whatever. And I always feel like a bad person leaving no dollars. So I don't know. Maybe I kind of understand from a merchant side if they're taking the tip, but I don't know. It sounds extremely bad. It's not really good faith and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the customers tipping, I mean, I just don't understand how there's dashers out there accepting the orders that don't have tips on them. Because I think it would be like a supply and demand thing where, in a matter of, I don't know how many, cycles of people trying DoorDash and leaving low tips, and then ideally dashers not taking them. And then eventually, they learn. But, that's in theory. It hasn't really seemed to play out because, your phone still gets lit up every day with a bunch of really, really small tips. So I don't know. I don't know who's picking them up. And I wish we could convince them not to. I run 3 apps. I run DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub all at the same time, and you get Italy's my market, which is pretty rural, you know. It's like not rural. It's Winston-Salem, it's a little town in North Carolina. And I'm able to keep myself only doing $10, orders at a time. It's all highways out here, so I can't do that $2 a mile thing.
Yeah.
I try to do at least $1 a mile.
Yeah.
So if you're not tipping, then I'm not accepting it.
Yeah.
That's my that's my opinion. I wish we could get everybody on the same page so that it would fix everybody. And I guess I just graduated college 3 years ago, and I was definitely in a phase where I was ordering food a lot. And when you're a college kid, you're thinking about you have enough money for booze, enough money for this, enough money for that. And at the end of the day, it's, the tips are there. And some days you're just not. Yeah, I probably didn't leave tips some days. And
Sure.
now that I did this gig, I feel I totally understand how it was messed up. I was ordering. It's kind of confusing in like college towns because it's only like a mile. It's only a mile away. But now that I do that in a college town, that mile, you have 20 minutes to drive through. Nobody tells you about that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely kind of a huge miscommunication with the app needs to not just tell you how much the driver's getting, but maybe like your driver's gonna pocket this much money. Your driver's gonna so they take the amount of money we're getting. You take out the 55 cents per mile. You take out all that kind of stuff, and it's maybe your driver's gonna profit this dollar amount, and that updates as you increase the tip. I don't know.
No, I think you bring up a good.
Everything.
I think you bring up a good point because I've said it a few times. Like I think part of the issue, or whatever we want to call it, is the uneducation and the non-transparency. Like some people, like you just said, we don't. Some people order and you're a mile away. You feel like, hey, maybe the app is paying the driver enough. Maybe it's coming from a driver that's working at the store and they're making a livable wage. Some people don't know.
I assume that he can bear you can accept it. That was my ignorant approach in college.
Yeah.
If my order's late, it's late. But if the driver's accepting it, I'm thinking it's a good deal for him. Maybe he's on the way somewhere else. But it's really not half the time.
No, I think you bring up an excellent point. I think ignorance is bliss sometimes, and that's why I try to talk about this so that eventually enough people can maybe see it, or we have an open dialogue, and people that order understand that DoorDash gives us $2.25. That's what they value my time as for every order. And if more people knew that, I think they would be a little more understanding and might throw a couple dollars out there. So, Tom,
the tip is that marginal amount on the top. Like your dollar per mile, all that kind of stuff. That's in your first few dollars where you're just trying to break even. Then every dollar that you tip, that goes directly into your profit. So if you were just able to see live, you're with a $0 tip, your driver's going to profit, $1 from this transaction. But if you put $4 tip in there, now your driver's profiting 5 times the amount with $5. Like that would convince me to tip more. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you bring up a good point, man. Tom, I appreciate you calling. You said you're out in Florida, right?
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, man, enjoy that pizza bag. I'm glad you got one, my friend. Try to get another one if you can.
You got me a free pizza bag.
Hey, man, it's all good, man.
If you've ever helped anybody, you can tell them to give me a call. I'll show them the pizza bag.
It's all good, brother. Have a good night, Sam. Thank you.
You too, sir.
All right, man. All right. Good call. So listen, if you don't have a pizza bag this week, my hair looks crazy. All right. If you don't have a pizza bag this week, the next time you're at your local pizza spot, ask them for a bag. You might hear yes, you might hear no. Worst case, you hear no. Best case, you hear yes, you got yourself a free bag. You can thank me later. All right, next call. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Hey, what's going on? It's Mackie.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been a rough month, but I'm glad you brought these topics up because a lot of people are just stingy. They don't. I used to be the exact same way when I was younger. Right?
Yeah.
And I would say, well, when I went to a restaurant or whatever, I would always like, well, this is their job. Until later on, until I was probably about 19 or 20, and then I started figuring out how much these waiters and waitresses make per hour. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
And that's when empathy kicked in. And that to me, that's the word of the day. Is like empathy. I mean, like people look down on us as DoorDash drivers, Uber Eats, or whatever, and they say, "Well, you're just a delivery driver." Well, we're just a delivery driver doing a service for you because you were too lazy to go to the restaurant to go get it yourself.
Yep.
And my thing of it is like no matter where I go, if I know they don't take, because I never carry cash with me. And if I know that they don't have a card reader or whatever, I will actually go pull money out the bank so I can tip somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like these people that are working on Christmas, or like the holidays are coming up.
Yep.
Now, holidays are coming up, and these people are working on these holidays, not being with their family, trying to make a buck.
Yep.
And the way this job market is going now, it's like everybody's quitting their jobs because they're sick and tired of stingy people. And like I want to say for the new drivers out there, everybody just be patient because it's coming. I mean, like, depending on your market, it might be slow or fast. It's just depending on how heavily condensed your area is. And for me personally, it's like no matter where I go, I try to leave at least $10.
Yeah.
I try to at least leave $10. But if the service is, because servers, and you said you worked in restaurants, bartending, and everything else.
Yep.
These people they tend to remember who you are if you tip well.
Oh, absolutely. No, listen. They absolutely remember. And I'll tell you what, I've managed so many people. And when somebody leaves a really good tip or they're just kind and leave any tip, servers and staff remember. And when somebody runs you to death with all these refills and all these extra ranches and all these to-go boxes and to-go drinks, and they're rude and they're asking about every menu item price and why is it so much, and then they leave you nothing, that is remembered even more. And actually, that you won't get good service the next time. So you're absolutely right. And, it's not that there's not a right or wrong answer, but it's about treating people with common courtesy, having a little empathy, and understanding that meal that you're going out to get or you're ordering in is a non-essential meal. So if you can afford a non-essential meal, you can afford the respect of tipping somebody that's helping you do something that you could do on your own. That's how I feel about it. Now, I know I have a different opinion because I've worked service industry since I was 19, but that's how I look at it. So
honestly, the way I look at it, because I remember when I was deployed and being overseas with no family, working, and you know what I'm saying, like just doing day-to-day tasks that sometimes these people don't really want to go to work. Sometimes drivers have to pay bills, and this is their bread and butter. They're multi-admin or whatever else. But like, just in my personal opinion, not as I got older, but once I found out exactly, because you don't know how anybody's day is going.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And sometimes, like you said, sometimes common courtesy, thank you, please, yes sir, no ma'am. Common courtesy goes a long way, because usually because I like my beer, I'm saying. So, but
hey, me too. I got some right here, my friend.
Hey, cheers. Because I'm gonna tell you now. Like when I go to the bar, when me and my wife go to the bar, we don't have to wait for much. It could be crowded or whatever, and I just kind of sit out the way. But if I have a $350 bar tab, $200 bar tab, or whatever, and I tip $30, $40, I don't have to wait long for my drink.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go to hotels or whatever. I mean, like even going on vacation. Yep. Like I said, we're in the Myrtle Beach market, so we live here. But sometimes we just like being on the beach, even though we're only 2 miles away from it.
Yeah.
Which I know might sound crazy, but I mean sometimes getting away, just having a date night, a family night.
Absolutely.
And they remember. They kind of remember your name. It's almost like tit for tat.
No, I think you bring up. I've always thought that you get what you pay for. Okay, right. So I remember there was a sign in a local like mechanic shop, and the sign. Don't quote me, but it said something to the effect of, "If you want it cheap, you're gonna wait. If you want it fast, you're gonna pay." Like it had like like a funny little saying, and I thought, you know what? That's actually that it makes sense. Like if you want to get this, you want to get your tire changed and your battery checked, but all you got's $50. Hey, I hear you, but you might have to wait because the guy that's got 200, he's probably going to be taken care of first because that's just that's capitalism. That's what it is. Like if like that's how it is. And when I go on vacations, and I used to go on these all-inclusive trips to Mexico, right? And I went like 8 years in a row, and every time it's all-inclusive, so you pay for everything up front, and basically you bring money for tips and like little walking around cash pocket money for buying things on the beach. And I would always go down and I would tip the staff accordingly because I know that I'm not going to have my drink's going to be halfway full and they're going to ask me if I want another one. And if I don't tip them, they might not come around my way. So you're tipping for service and you're tipping out of respect for what you want, but what the person's doing as a job. So.
Because honestly, like there's only one time I did not tip, and this was through Uber Eats. Mm-hmm. And I left him a $7 tip. I left him a $7 tip, and it was from Taco Bell. So the order was maybe 37, which is kind of crazy from Taco Bell or whatever. But anyway, the dude took the stuff out of his trunk of his car, and I was like, nah, this ain't me. Like I just looked at him. I mean, like sometimes I get annoyed very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But when I saw him take it out of his trunk, I was like, no. I said, did you just, no hot bag, no nothing. It was just, I just looked at him.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything at that point in time.
Yeah.
But usually I put on my mask and I'll go out and meet them. If I say leave it at the door, because sometimes I have a cash tip.
Yeah.
Also. But when I saw the crap that was in his trunk, that tip went to zero.
Yeah.
I
hear that. I
said, no, but when I saw him take it out of his trunk, I was like, nah, bro.
See, but I'm the kind of guy that I wouldn't even have taken the tip bag. I would have said something to my girl, like, this guy just pulled his food and he had like a socket wrench back there and a bag of basketball. Like, I would have had like a joke about it, but like, I get it. And the reason I'm passionate about like the no tip, no trip for me, and to each his own, but like I give really good service, and I'm real. I use a hot bag. I'm communicative. I'm very respectful to customers, and like I give good service, so I feel like I should be tipped. But that's because that's the work that I put upon myself, right? So if I'm a delivery driver,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If I'm a delivery driver, not using a hot bag, putting my food wherever, I got my dog in my car with me, my car's messy. You know what? Maybe I don't care if somebody tips me, but I don't roll like that. So for me, like I feel like I give the best possible service I can. I feel like I should be tipped accordingly. That's just how I roll. So.
But see a lot of times. Oh, I'm sorry. Two more things, then I'm going. Sorry to take up so much time.
It's all good, man.
But if you look up online, Lynchburg, Virginia online, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a couple people that's from Danville that kind of, I want to say, it's not rideshare, at least it's one of them. But this guy was in my old city. He was door dashing and setting fire to people's grass clippings, trash cans, and now he's behind bars for I don't know how long.
That's crazy.
But he was door dashing and setting fire to stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why some people like that. It's a bad apple in every bunch. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And but most of the time with DoorDash, especially with DoorDash, because it controls so much of the market, when stories like that come out, it looks bad for all of us.
It does. And I think, though, I will say this. I think you're right. However, I think, and this is my opinion, I don't have any data to back it up. I think most consumers that use the app don't see that story. I think drivers like you and I and people in the community, people that watch YouTube, people that are on Reddit, I think we see the stories, but the customers don't. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. I think the customers that see it, they're probably like shaking their head. But I think we're so ingrained in this community that we see every story and every TikTok. But I think the average Joe using the apps, I don't think they care. I don't think they see it. I think they're just ordering food at that moment. And I think we actually are more in tune with what's going on than the customer. That's my opinion.
Because I mean, like, as a customer and a driver,
yeah,
lately I've been a consumer more than I've been a driver.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I tip well because I just want my food because I'm hungry.
Yeah, you want it fast as you can get it, and yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, but like people in the chat, this was 3 phone calls ago. I want to say 3 phone calls ago. There was a lady that was a new dasher or whatever. She had a bunch of questions or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want everybody in the chat to realize we were all new dashers at one point trying to figure this app out.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
yep.
I know some of the questions get redundant and some of the videos get redundant, but there's new people coming on this platform every single day.
Every day.
Right?
Every day.
And
yep.
And that's why y'all make these videos.
Yep.
Because if y'all didn't have the platform, DoorDash wouldn't be listening. And what's his name, Roy or whatever? Yes, it's not cynical, but if you have different ideas for different content, then if you're a content creator, then put that new idea out there.
I think you make. I mean, I try to make different videos here and there, but listen, to be honest, and I know Roy's probably watching right now. It's not, I don't mind people questioning the videos I put out or the repetitiveness of it, because at the end of the day, I do that for a reason. It's calculated. I understand that consistency pays off. I understand consistency in anything that you do, while it can be repetitive and boring, is how you become successful. It's how you become relevant. It's how you learn. It's how you grow. You have to go to the gym every day if you're a basketball player and get up 100 shots, 1,000 shots. And it's boring, but it makes you really good. So I do this for a reason. I make similar videos for a reason, because everybody comes to the YouTube. There's new people that come to my channel and subscribe every single minute. They come every minute. I get somebody new, and I know that, and I feel like I have a responsibility to show people what's going on, and I have fun doing it. So hey, there can be different people that do different channels. There could be me that does 5 ride-alongs a week, and I'm good with that. I've made my peace with it. I'm having a good time doing it, and I'm never going to apologize for making the videos I make. So
I'm sorry, but when you start getting frustrated, the old gangster you comes out.
Yeah.
That's the cart video.
Yeah. Oh man, bro.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the phone like that, but I could have. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys got so frustrated, and this was on Monday. It was Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay, you had got so frustrated with Instacart. I could have swore you said the B word. You was like,
I don't. You know what? I don't know if I did or didn't. But listen, listen, bro. Another thing about me is you guys get what happens to me every day, right? So this isn't scripted on this channel. It's never scripted. Whatever happens to me, you guys see, and it's raw. And like, I was not happy. And yeah, I'm a positive vibes dude. But at the end of the day, everybody has a bad day, and I'm gonna film what I film. And you guys are gonna get the real.
You have a short temper, though. I know you have a short temper, but
yeah,
but
I was not happy.
But if the order is BS, and this is for all the new drivers, hell, even the old drivers, sometimes you got to take the bad with the good.
Yeah.
And if it's not working for you, you know what? Take your ass home.
Man, listen, I should have. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see this through, because like it's what it is. But at the end of the day, I made a decision. I'm not doing Instacart. It's not worth my sanity. I make good money on Uber Eats and DoorDash. I'm gonna keep it at that, and that's gonna be it. So.
All right, now I'm gonna let you go because I know other people waiting in the queue. Or
whatever, hey man, it's all good.
Yeah, but happy belated birthday.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And Ruby is cute. And her first words, I already put it in the chat, but her first words are going to be no trip. No tip. No tip.
Listen,
no tip.
If she says that, it'll be bittersweet.
No, because I'm gonna laugh. But
man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. But everybody, y'all drive safe, and like I said, have empathy for your servers. Have empathy for people that do service work for you.
Yes.
And at the same time, and people in the chat, be kind to the new people that are dashing, because they really don't know. Because we were all new dashers at one point.
Facts, man. I appreciate you saying that, man. Have a good night, brother.
All right, bro. You have one too.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Good call. And this is a good time to say this. I'll have some other stuff coming out on it, but we're going to do a Thanksgiving kind of challenge for you guys. I made a video. God, I guess it was probably in March. Yeah, March. Maybe April. And I gave a $5 tip. Excuse me. $5 tip. $100 and $5 bills, and I gave it out. I only gave out like $75 of it. Anyways, to every person that I saw as from the restaurants. And we're going to do something similar. I'm going to give a $1 tip. This is an idea that I got from somebody else that they saw my video, and it's kind of like a Thanksgiving, thanking the restaurant staff, because these places are stretched thin and they don't like us guys. Listen, I've made videos like a lot of these restaurants do not like us because we go there, we hold our phones up. I got to order, and we're holding our phone up, and some of us are rude and like we're impatient. I'm impatient sometimes. So we're going to do a little challenge. I'll have another video coming out about it, but I want to challenge the community to give $1. If you can only afford $5, give a $5 tip to one person on the Thanksgiving week when you go out dashing. Just tell that restaurant person thank you. Tell the pizza guy behind the counter, hey, thanks. I know you guys are stretched thin. Appreciate you helping me make money. Because I'm gonna tell you all right now, these restaurant people do help us make money. We might not feel they always do, and not all of them do, but a majority of them help us make money. They take the phone call on the phone. They bag the order up. They hand it to us. They fill a refill for us. So I'm going to be challenging us, and I did this way back in March or April already. But Thanksgiving's coming up. Holiday season's coming up. Our tips should go up, and I'm going to be spending some of that money that I get from my customers, paying it forward to the restaurant staff. For those of you that think it's a good idea, just do it. If you can only afford $10 that day, give 10 $1 bills, give 2 $5 bills to maybe somebody that we become regulars at these merchants. Maybe that person that helps you make all this money you've made this week, right? Give them a $5 bill, man. Give them $1. Give them a $10 bill. If you're a big baller, give them a 20. Give them an Andrew Jackson. Hey, thank you for helping me make money this year. I know that it's not always easy for you. I appreciate you. Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Ramadan's Day, whatever you celebrate. Here's $1, here's $5, here's 10, here's 20. I'm going to be doing it myself. I've done it already. I want to challenge you guys to do the same thing. We'll talk about that in the next coming weeks. I think it's a really good idea because I get greedy, I get caught up, I get selfish in the moment. I just want my orders. I'm not waiting. I'm going to unassign. But we got to understand the other side of that counter. They are working as well. And sometimes, depending on merchant, they're doing a lot more work for us. So something to think about. All right. Let's take this next call. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Hey, Pedro. How's it going?
It's going good. Who do we got here?
Slavic. D.
Slavic. What up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm great, man. Good to hear from you again, my friend. I hope you got my message that I sent you earlier.
And I have responded with the login and password and URL.
Awesome. I'll check it out later, man. What do you want to talk about?
Enjoy. There's a lot of hours to put into it.
I'll take a look probably tomorrow or Tuesday, but I appreciate you sending me that. What do you want to talk about tonight, man?
Hey, first of all, what you just mentioned about being appreciative to restaurants financially, it is a fantastic idea. Once in a while, when I'm around, I see that, the server doing an extra.
Yeah.
I will pull out a dollar if I receive a tip in cash.
Yeah.
Because a tip in cash, the way I look at it, is either my daughter's money or it goes back to the server.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool, man. I think it's a good idea. We can't do it often, but you do it once or twice a year. And I think it's a good way of building relationships with your local merchants.
And, like I'm saying, hey, we do an average between 10 to 30 deliveries a day. Depends how many hours we drive.
Yeah.
And if we took $1 at every restaurant where we picked up during this holiday season, and we gave to that server that actually handed you and said, hey, I'm going to trade you. I'm going to take the food, you take this $1.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. For those actually, doing 10 deliveries, you made $50, you gave $5, $10 out. those of you that made $200, you gave $30 out. It's a reinvestment. Next time when you came in, that guy's going to be like, hey, what's your order? He'll address you faster than somebody else.
Absolutely. I did this. I gave $5, like I said earlier, back in March. Okay. And to this day, I go to merchants and they don't say it, but I can feel that sometimes I get better service, and it's a respect thing. And I think there's something to be said for it, for sure.
Now, second thing I want to talk about is Pedro about you. And I want to say in front of the audience, I watched this guy for the last couple of weeks. This guy is amazing. There is, between drivers, majority drivers get stuck between an employee and self-employed and never actually move into the grasp of self-employed in a poor Cochran system that poor dad, rich dad is talking about.
Yeah.
This guy is, as a self-employed, trying to work his self into business owner, and that's one of the reasons why I sent you what I sent you today.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, definitely listen and try to become like this guy is, because that is what actually makes us different from the rest of the drivers. And that's something else. Another thing is, I want to talk about a tip, and you guys probably have said, yeah, if you cannot tip, don't order. Like an example. I've been a CEO, I've been a low, and I am right now in kind of, bad situation. But I never ordered if I never planned to cover the guy's time. Because, hey, if you order through the pizza place or you order through DoorDash, doesn't matter. You're hiring that driver for that time.
Yep.
Make sure the time is being covered at least at a minimum of $20 per hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not willing to do that, just don't.
Yeah.
If I walk into a restaurant and I have a meal at the restaurant, I start out with a 10%. And then everything that the server does, I either subtract from the 10% or I add to that 10%. And then end of the time when I have to write the pay, I calculate based on what they come out.
Mm-hmm.
If they were extra nice, if they delivered my drink the way I asked, because I always ask Little Life. Half of the servers do not bring a Little Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the subtraction. So, as I go through the meal, I kind of add or subtract, and at the end of the day, I had a couple times where I actually paid somebody over 50%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they win that extra mile. So, it all depends. But if you're not able to pay the tip, go pick it up yourself.
I agree, man. I think if you can't afford a tip, you can still afford to eat, and you got to make yourself a meal or figure it out. But this isn't a necessity. Going out to eat is not a necessity. It is a luxury. It should be a special thing. I think we've made it so common that it's not for most people, because we all eat out a lot. But it's part of the thing. If you're going to go out and sit down and order and have somebody bring you food, you should tip. If you're going to stay home and order a pizza, instead of eating a sandwich, or instead of making some pasta, or instead of putting in a frozen pizza, you got to tip your driver. I think it's real simple. I think it's lost on a lot of people, though.
And here's another thing. One of the earlier callers mentioned about the new update.
Yeah.
When you click navigate, and then you scroll from the bottom up to open the order information. Yeah. At the bottom, there is an option to turn the audio function off. Mm-hmm. So it's off, and that audio will go away.
So I know what you're. So I just recently, in the last probably 6 weeks, turned off I use the DoorDash in-app navigation, and I clicked on the little microphone deal that shows up, and now I don't hear her tell me to make a right and make a left. But are you also saying that there's another option to not hear the delivery instructions at the end?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'll have to look at that.
There is something that I accidentally discovered. This is not something it's just, I think my phone was falling, and I grabbed it, and then boom, that screen just popped up. Yeah. So what is when you are in-app navigating, and you have that how many miles how many minutes you got left to the client.
Yeah.
If you grab that and pull it up, you're going to start having the customers to make a phone call to the customer, to text message a customer's address, delivery instructions. And right below there, you'll be able to also turn off future orders. So, like, put yourself on a pause.
Mm-hmm.
You also have in-navigation audio. We're not talking about the stuff that Google talks. We're talking about the DoorDash that talks about, leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Those stuff.
Yeah.
You can turn those off right there.
Huh. Interesting.
So,
that's good to know because I don't want her talking to me. Like I don't need. I just don't. I don't want to be annoyed. Like I just trying to move. I'm trying to do what I want to do. I don't need to hear all the delivery instructions. So I'm definitely going to try that tomorrow because I'll be out on the road tomorrow. So thank you for that.
I will be out on Wednesday. I'm actually dealing with some things till Wednesday. But here's another tip for some of the drivers that are not aware. To increase your ratings and decrease your late delivery rate, and increase the late delivery rate.
Mm-hmm.
You finish your delivery and you have that smiley face, happy and sad.
Yeah.
Click that one and give a reason why you were late to the customer. That will tell the system or the algorithm that they should not rate you unless they investigate them. I tell you guys honestly, almost nobody investigates those.
Oh no.
Very rarely they will investigate. But just give a reason, and that rating will not be included. That delivery will not be included in the rating. Same thing when you're at a restaurant. Right at the bottom, there's I don't remember what it said, but it's underlined. Click on that. It's kind of like what the reason why, what's happening at the restaurant, something like that. Just click on that.
Yeah.
Provide the reason. Same thing.
I do that every time. I do that right now. If the order's not ready, it's out of habit. I don't know if they see it. I got to think at some point they see it. And even on like Uber Eats, you can give the thumbs up or thumb down for the merchant. If they're really fast, I give them a thumbs up. If it's like really long, I'll give them a thumbs down and select the reason. But at some point, somebody has to see it, I would think. But also, I'm just sitting there bored. I'm like, I'm gonna give my feedback. You know what I'm saying? Just because it makes me feel good.
My understanding on that first feedback that we're just talking right now, while at the restaurant, my personal opinion, I have not got a confirmation from DoorDash. They actually get in touch with the restaurant if the same restaurant gets certain amount of those. They started the order late, or the store has not started. The order has not started until I arrive. Because that's how I would build my app, and that's how I would build my business. You follow up when you get a certain percentage of those feedbacks. So the more can actually start doing those feedbacks, those restaurants might actually start being questioned.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that I want to actually say here, and this is not for every driver. This is only those drivers that want to make a difference, and they actually, no longer feel they're the employee. They no longer feel that they're in between. They're actually, that they actually, taking this as their serious, as this is their business. And you run into some restaurants that you would love to deliver. The tip is good, but that restaurant has issue having the food ready on time. Take an hour from your busy lifestyle and schedule an appointment with an owner or a manager of the restaurant. Sit down and say, hey, I'll pay for the meal. I don't want a free meal. And just kind of talk to them. Explain to them that we're not being paid an hourly. We are being paid, just share what we're getting paid. And also, in their app, explain to them after they click on a customer, on the right top corner, there's an option, issue with an order. And when you click on that, there's a couple options. So that one of them says, adjust food preparation time.
Yep.
And just show them. Just actually take the app, take any of the other customers that they have at the skin that point, and just show them. Just click and walk through them. Say, hey, you can go and you can click. You can actually adjust time, so we do not have to show up early. Trust me, most of those managers do not want us at the restaurant early because we are scaring the customers away. We don't look attractive. So they will do whatever it takes if they can understand. A lot of them have no clue how they can actually. I actually in there, and I had food late. Before that, it was 10, 20. At one point, it was 40 minutes.
I think you bring up a good point. If in your market, guys, you're going to places and you're always having same issues, but like the payouts are good. Like, you know, it's a busy place. You want to do business with them. Take a moment of your time and try to have somebody understand what's going on, and it might allow your later deliveries to be better. So I think you bring up a good point, Slavic. I appreciate you telling us about that, man.
It doesn't take anybody. You have to talk with somebody in higher management.
Yeah, you got to talk with a manager. You can't talk to. You got to talk to somebody that can actually possibly make a procedural change or something. Yeah, you know, it's got to be somebody that has some say in the way the restaurant's ran, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, I don't remember the other two questions for the tonight.
It was all about tipping. Should people tip? Should they not? Yeah, I think we covered it. But I'm gonna thank you for sending me that stuff. I'm gonna look at it this week, and then I will. We'll talk about it after I kind of look at it, and we'll chat. So I appreciate your opinion and introspect on that, my friend.
Chapter 5 is where it start talking about seriously about the topic.
Sounds good. I'll check it out, man. Thank you.
Hey, have a fantastic night, and I love your work, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Be on the business side.
I'll talk to you later, brother. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, man. My boy Slavic, man. All right. What's going on in the chat? Y'all need to calm down. Everybody take a chill pill. Listen, positive vibes all day. I ain't gonna be. We ain't for the. I like it. You know why I like doing this show? Because I know we all help each other. And I know there's different opinions, and we're live in the chat. And I know many of you guys come here on Sundays for the chat. You're not coming to hear me talk or these people talk. You're coming for the chat, and I like that. I think there's value in that. I like that we can help each other. We can agree to disagree. We can have honest conversations. I love the chat and how you guys talk to each other. And I know you're going to keep it good in here because you guys will manage each other. And I don't have to be in here doing crazy things and putting. No, you guys will do it yourselves because you're all adults. And I like that. I like that we can do that on Sundays. It's a big reason why I do this, because I think we have a really good time in the chat. I think people come here to end their week and begin their week, and you guys talk about stuff in the chat. And listen, 90% of what's in here I don't ever see, but I think it's cool. So I will say that. What up, Jackie? How are you? Dominique, welcome. Krista. What up, Ron? We got Eric in the house. We got Paul, Rick, Mateo, Dominique, Ralph. I'm trying to Keem the Dream. What up? What up? I'm trying to see some new names. Jade Styles. Who else? But Soda's in the house. Joseph, what up? What up? How are you, my friend? Joel, Mora, Ralph again. Got Roy in the house. LOL, get your towel ready. Pedro, he is stroking. I don't know what that means, man. I'm lost in it. Eric, what up, my friend? You guys are funny, man. I like it. Chat is fire. Oh, Adam. Whoa, bro. Adam, you a big baller, bro? What's up with this? Adam, listen, that is not necessary, my friend, but it is appreciated. Adam's a big baller shot caller. Let's see. Hold up. Adam needs to get some, hold up. Yeah, we got to mod him up. He's been showing the family love. All right. We're going to take some calls, but I want to look at the chat. What up, Pedro? Love your channel. The Dash Trap. What up, man? Thank you very much. I'm happy to offer support. Let me know what you think about the lighting. Hannibal said the lighting was good earlier. I know I got to adjust the sign a little bit. I know I got to get it to about there, and I'm going to do that. It's a little crooked, but the lighting, I feel like it looks good on the playback, but what do you guys think? Let me know. Adam, man, listen, bro. It's crazy, bro. You ain't got to do that. Stop all that. Thank you, though, man. It's making me blush on here. My cheeks red? So that's a lot of money, bro. For me, so that's good. That's crazy. Talk your yeah, man. Roy, listen, bro. Listen. Roy's fine. I listen, I ain't got no problem with nobody. Listen, I got many haters. And Roy and I can disagree about things, but I don't think he's a hater to me at all. So I got no problem. And every opinion is welcome on my channel as well. So we can agree to disagree. Roy can think I talk about the same things. Like, I don't care because I know I help people. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's all good. I value Roy's opinion. I value everybody's opinion because we're all adults and we all put on our pants at the same time. We all put our pants on the same way, and all of us are doing the same kind of work. So nobody's better than anybody. We're all out here trying to make money, support our families, do what we can, do the best that we can. We're all betting on ourselves. It's all good. Like, I got no problems. And if anybody should have problems, it's probably me, because I got people out there talking craziness about me. But at the end of the day, I am a man, and I don't care. So, all right, that's that. Do you keep track of your delivery count for Uber Eats and DoorDash? Do you keep track of your delivery count? What do you mean, Takeem? Like, do I keep track of each one individually? Do I keep track of the monetary? I keep track of the monetary, like pretty much every delivery. I know like how much, like I keep a running total in my brain. But as far as like, do I keep track of like that's my 5th delivery or 6th delivery? Not so much. I don't keep track of that. I don't keep track of that. We're gonna take some calls. I'm gonna take a small. I've had a good week. Adam, I'm happy you've had a good week, bro. I think now until February is gonna be hitting for a lot of us. If you got time to put effort, there's gonna be money. I know inflation is up. I know cost of goods are up. I know gas prices are up. But you guys got to remember the holiday season's coming. People will be generous. They will. And I think there's going to be a lot of money to be made in the next couple of weeks, guys. All right. We're going to take a small break, and we'll get right back. We back. All right, we're back. We're taking the next call. Don't be afraid to call in. We still got people in here. Hold up. Get around the cords. All right, next call is right here. Let's go. Oh, Lord. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
The Mad Dasher.
The Mad Dasher. I knew it was you. I shouldn't even ask. I saw the number. What's up, man? How you doing?
It's been a while.
Yeah, man. You know, I was thinking about you this week. What's going on, man? How you been?
Doing good.
Good.
Like I said, I went on a journey, and like the Pocket Watchers is cool. It was one of your channels you mentioned.
Yeah. No, that's a friend of mine, man. I've known JT for a little while, a couple of years, and he's got some cool things on there. It's different, but he's got a really cool channel, man. So I'm glad you checked it out.
Yeah. It's funny because I took a non-tip order home tonight.
Okay.
And I kind of live beyond my means for my daughter's sake. I would arguably live in the nicest apartment complex, this luxury apartment in my zone.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my best tips are on my way home.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to see them. And so anyway, I was on a $1 peak pay, and it was a $7.50 order. And
what's your base pay? What's your base pay out there, Dasher?
$2.25.
Okay, yours is the same as mine. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so that's $6.25, $6.50.
Yeah.
And it's going to
to my neighbors. So they're usually hidden tips every time. Some of the best tips I've gotten. But yeah, it was a McDonald's though. But I was ready to go home to catch the live. So yeah, it was $5.50 base pay, and unaware to me they had added $1. You know, it was a scheduled $1 peak, but they had added $1, and I got a non-tip.
Really?
You know, from a neighbor across the pond.
Right across the pond. Somebody that you've seen, like that you know, or just a neighbor, like because of proximity?
I don't know who lives in that unit, but I can look out my back window. I can look out right now and see their balcony.
So that's the topic tonight, obviously. What do you think about that? Because, you know, DoorDash paid you okay, right? So how do you feel about that?
It makes me mad because it becomes public knowledge. This is going to feed non-tippers if they know DoorDash is supplementing and going to get them their food.
Right. So if I didn't tip and I saved myself $4 to $5 or $6, what's the incentive to tip, right?
Yeah, if they know that eventually, which I see it, you know, if an order is past its pickup time, they do start adding base pay. Or if somebody unassigns it,
right,
and it's past its pickup, like I was at a Steak and Shake, and you know, a driver walks in and out. Yes, you know, the other dasher's sitting there. How long you been waiting? That whoever gets that stack on top of what they're sitting there waiting on an order, whoever gets that stack is going to be higher base pay. But that's the main reason. You know,
yeah.
I don't like non-tippers regardless, but I think maybe they're the people across the pond are living beyond their means. And a lot of people got addicted to DoorDash during the pandemic, and now they don't get that passive income anymore. You know what I mean? So now they're hooked on DoorDash, and they don't have the money anymore.
They got used to the luxury of staying home and getting McDonald's or getting whatever, and they weren't able to do that a couple years ago. And now you can get anything delivered, right? And people got a little lazy and got a little like used to it, and it's part of their routine. And they can't tip, but they still want their Mickey D's or whatever, and they're gonna still get it because somebody will bring it to them.
Yeah, and if the word gets out that DoorDash will supplement it, so you still get your food in a decent time, it's curtains. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
But that. I mean, it was funny because that's what brought me home was a non-tip order. I mean, still $7.50 to bring me home wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be like mad because like, yeah, you gotta go home. You gotta go home anyway, right? But like at the end of the day, it's still like, hey, my neighbor didn't tip me. You know, that sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
I knew who it was and saw him at the pool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're that guy. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see him on their balcony.
Yeah.
But another thing you're talking about appreciating the preppers of the food. There was a time like in my zone. There's so many Taco Bells that after 9 o'clock, I was running a Taco Bell, and it happened to sit right next to a Chick-fil-A. But and their lobby was still open, so this Taco Bell was fully staffed. And I was in and out. I was the only dasher running this Taco Bell. And after about the 4th or 5th time, just because I had on me, I was like, I need to speak to a manager. And I sent her a 20. I said, give it to your best worker in here. You can split it up, whatever. Here's 20. You know, because I was making good money.
Yeah.
Just in and out every time. And I was like, I'm back. Because there was no other, because there was everything else after 9 o'clock in this good hot spot. You know, everything else is closed. Chick-fil-A, you know, it just closed down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like the only one, because it's pretty much, there's a McDonald's and a Taco Bell. But, you know, so I was getting McDonald's orders too, and I was turning those down because this Taco Bell was running peak. You know, it was always ready. And since there's so many Taco Bells, like the longest run would be like 2 miles maybe. Because another Taco Bell takes over, you know, beyond that.
You know, they were working hard. They were running the drive-through, and I'm able to come in, divert the drive-through. Anyway, that's my one story about that.
I mean, that's not, I think some of us look down on like Taco Bell, McDonald's, like that's not easy work all the time, especially nowadays. It's not easy. Like, these people are short staffed on the inside, and we get impatient. I get impatient. I'm guilty of it, but like that's not always easy work. Like, like they got to wear a mask all the time. Sometimes still, it's hot. They got a crabby manager. They're making, 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour. Maybe that's not bad, but like, we got to understand, like, it's not easy work all the time. And they're bagging up these to-go orders for us. They don't get any extra pay for that, and, it's not easy.
An understaffed fast food joint, they are working their butt off.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's understaffed, if somebody calls in, I'll be like, next time you see somebody that calls in, I'll be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you right now, like we're using our cars and we're driving and we're doing work. I will say this right now. That person working at Taco Bell drive-through line, they're working harder than you and I. They're working harder.
Multitasking. They're multi-app.
They're multitasking. We're multi-apping. They're sweating. They're dirty. Their clothes are dirty. They're walking around on the dirty floor. Trust me, y'all. I worked in restaurants. They are physically working harder than us a lot of the times. We have to do certain things they don't do, but listen, I respect people doing that work. I've done it. It's not easy. Now we're taking more risks because we're in our automobiles and we're driving through traffic. But as far as like the sweat equity, they're doing a lot more sweat equity than we are. I believe that.
But a good interlude. Now it's getting colder, and it's
yeah.
Uber Eats is starting to pick up. Like it's always been really slow. Like it's like I have a hard time multi-apping with Uber Eats because it's so slow. But if they want to run my vehicle to the ground, since they don't have zones, like it's good money per minute, like per time, but the miles are stupid.
Yeah.
So it's very rare that I can accept an Uber, and I know they'll take me all over town.
Oh man!
I mean, I need to be strapped up.
They'll take you. Uber Eats will take you everywhere.
It makes me mad because it's kind of frustrating. I don't know how. Maybe somebody can tell me how.
Yeah.
So I'm like maybe 2 miles from the delivery, 2 minutes from dropping off, and they'll send me another one, and I can't see like if it's a short run, they'll show me a map of where it's going. But when I'm like I said, 2 minutes before, I can't pull up the map or nothing. I just have to decline it.
Yep.
Because it'll tell me the mileage would go like 4 miles, but if it's 4 miles towards Death Valley, I'm not doing that.
Exactly. Not all 4 miles are equal. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm not going over there.
Yeah. No, I hear
Nap
you.
Town. Nap Town.
I have found that for me, DoorDash is king in my market, but Uber Eats likes to hit at nighttime. So once it gets to about 6 o'clock, Uber Eats is just phenomenal. But I don't stay out longer than 7:30 usually, so I don't get, I don't get to take advantage of it as much. But like Uber Eats is really good at night in my market and so slow during the day, and they'll just send me so much trash. But I like Uber Eats because per order they actually pay me more. I just don't see enough of them.
Well, like it has to be super busy. It has to be a peak time, and it'll be like $30 for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But the mileage, which I don't care about that. Like my vehicles, I run the late '98 Toyotas, and the mileage is really paying my taxes. But I don't want to have to worry.
Yeah.
Like you said, because it's 4 miles, but in what direction?
Yep.
There's a street that runs across Nap Town, and it's like Death Valley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go there, but it'll run me all over town.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Same, man.
But I like to see it hitting. I like to see Uber because it's time. Time is money. I run a 4-cylinder Toyota. I'll run it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. How's the car been doing, man?
I run a '98 Nissan
a 98 Toyota, and the Lexus, is amazing.
Yeah.
It's my wife dashes and she dashes in that, and it's just not gas fuel efficient, so it's not.
She uses a Lexus.
Yeah, she does.
Ooh,
she won't drive any of the other two vehicles anymore.
Listen, that Lexus is sweet. That Lexus is so sweet, man.
So sweet.
It's so sweet. I couldn't even dash in it. There's no way if I had that car I could dash.
It wasn't the plan, believe me.
Yeah, I know. But I couldn't because it's just I'd be afraid. I don't know.
To ding it up.
Man. It's too nice.
Everybody likes to spoil their wife.
Listen, you're doing the right thing. We both know that. Hey, brother, I appreciate you.
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
It'll go and go.
It will. Appreciate you calling in, man. Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Like I said, it feels like I've been gone for 2 or 3 weeks. I went down to the financial trading community a little bit doing research and stuff. But so it feels like I only have so much time to watch YouTube, and if I need to do research,
dude, and YouTube. There's so many rabbit holes. I've been finding them myself. There's so much cool stuff on YouTube, and we get caught up in maybe the gig community because that's what we do, and we like it, and we like the community. But there's a lot out there, and that's why I try to tell people, hey, check this out, check that out. There's so much cool stuff out there, and I find it hard sometimes to keep up with everything too because there's a lot. There's an infinite amount of information on YouTube, and it's free, and it's awesome. And I think it's cool that we have this luxury of being able to learn stuff and watch things for entertainment or for whatever reason. You know what I mean?
This is not the praise Pedro show, but you are the epitome of consistency and where consistency will get you.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Other, YouTubers other streams of income, start a YouTube channel. You're talking about years of consistency and discipline. And, it's like making it to the NFL or something. You know what I mean? So false hope. No, it's not. Rain, sleet, or snow. You need to be. So I'm having a hard time with because I got multiple. My channel is about investing in yourself. Yeah. Which is a lot like you, but we're just brothers from another mother.
Absolutely.
It's taking this money and investing in yourself and some education, maybe a skill.
Yeah.
Something for your future while you have the flexibility and stuff like that. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But
no, I appreciate you saying that, man. And I think it's, for me, I realized that I've had a little bit of luck. I've had a little bit of, I'm very consistent, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep grinding, you got to, if you like it, it doesn't feel like a job, but you got to be consistent. It's, and it will pay off at some point, I believe, if you're consistent enough and you're humble and, you're doing it for the right reasons. Eventually something will hit, and whatever it is, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be whatever, but you gotta put forth the effort, and you're going to get what you're going to get out of it, what you put in. I know that's super cliche, but I do believe that. And that's with anything. You know what I mean? You mentioned NFL, you mentioned YouTube. It could be a trade that you're doing, whether you're an engineer, you're an electrician. You got to put the time and effort in, and eventually it will work for you. I do believe that. And I think people that tend to not make it, they just haven't found the thing for them yet. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, I'm getting into day trading and investing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's consistency and discipline.
Yeah.
And maybe I got multiple projects going on, and they're all kind of maybe what you consider a long shot. But to say you'll be an NFL player, of course your coach that you're on a team of is going to tell you, yes, you have the potential, and gets you working hard because you're a part of the team. You might be the best player on the team. He's going to say, look, you can make it. And at least if you don't make it to the NFL, you might get a free college education.
Yep.
So along the way, that's a lot of time, discipline, consistency.
Yep.
Because life has ups and downs. We all know that.
Absolutely.
So
I applaud your consistency.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I set this year apart, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit. I said
we're talking about March and April.
Yeah, I set this year apart to do DoorDash, learn my market, build my business, do YouTube. So I'm very calculated in what I'm doing, and then next year it will be continue to do YouTube, continue the business, and then there'll be something else. Vending machines. You got to have a plan, man. I know it's super cliche, but you got to have a plan, and you got to work that plan and do it like a madman, and don't care about what people think. Know your plan, think about it, be calculated, and work at it every day a little bit. Some days more than others. And if you're like that, I think you'll hit it. And that goes for everybody. So, all right, brother. Hey,
one more thing.
Go ahead.
My mentor. He owns vending machines.
Yeah.
And he sold some rental properties and he's a firefighter. He dropped $150,000 starting his vending machine business. But I think he had a lot of locations. I think a lot of firehouses have pop machines sitting out in front of him.
Yeah.
So he pivoted. He made a move.
Yeah.
And dropped $150,000 on vending machines on starting his business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, sold some of his rentals and stuff like that. So I same thing. Hey, go for it.
I'm not spending anywhere near that. But I know. You can only you spend what you can afford to spend or invest or lose. You know what I'm saying? We all have our little budgets, and for me, I looked at it like, what, I'm trying to make this return on my investment in the next year. So if it takes me a year to become flush, okay, from then I can, everything's profit. That's kind of how I looked at it. So it's a small investment to make passive income every month. And that I don't need to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a billion. I'm not trying to do it like that. I'm trying to make multiple streams of income so I don't ever have to work for anybody else again, and B, work less every week, if that makes sense, as far as sweat equity. So if I can work 30 hours a week, but pay all my bills, buy a new house, I'm completely fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Versus working 50 to 60 hours a week and not able to have those things and not able to go to family functions. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about having those little things, and making them your own, so.
That's what wealthy people do. They
diversify, man.
Passive income.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna wind up having one more by the end of 2022. And by the end of 2022, I'll be able to sit back and be like, look what I just did in about 2 years' time. And I did it on my own. I got 5 streams of income, and I'll feel really good about that. And I work every single day at it. Even when I don't work DoorDash, there's other things I'm doing. But it's going to pay off in the long run. So,
but listen to the compound effect on audio, because you're the epitome of it. Small steps.
Small steps, man.
Add one machine.
Listen, bro, you see it right here, man. One day at a time. You can't think about too far. You have to literally do it one day at a time and calculate your moves. And I think that's the things I've read and the advice I've gotten. That's the best thing I could. And I try to live that so that one day at a time. You can't overthink it. You know what I'm saying? You have to make it simple,
You still have to research, plan, and execute, Pedro. Research, plan, and execute. Manage your resources. You got time, energy, and money. Get to work. That's all you got to say.
Hey, man, you said it better than I did.
All right, Pedro. I'll let another caller get in. I'm glad I got in before I have to go to bed.
It's all good, man. Hey, have a good rest of the night. Happy holidays. I hope to talk to you soon, man.
All right, later, bro.
Thanks, man. All right, listen, man. When Mad Dasher calls in, it's a good night. All right. We're about 1 hour and 44 minutes. You guys are live tonight. All right. Let's take this next call. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line this evening?
Hey, how's it going? You got Dave right here from Los Angeles. First time caller.
Dave, how are you? Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You're from LA, right?
Yep.
Nice, man. Nice. So what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, just kind of, I've been watching your videos for about a month now. Actually, I just came across your channel pretty recently, as a matter of fact. So
okay.
I would say I like your energy, man. I just like your consistency and everything. Kind of like the last caller was just saying, man. A lot of props to you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, man. I know people come here every day, and a lot of new people and a lot of people that have been rocking with me since the beginning of the year. But I appreciate it, Dave. Like, I make these videos for you guys, and I enjoy doing them. But I understand that it can be helpful, whether it's from a tips and tricks standpoint, or maybe it's a little bit of motivation or entertainment. So I appreciate those kind words, my friend.
Hey, I listen to you all the time when I'm out at night, actually. You know, right when your video drops, put that thing right on.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, because you're out there on the West Coast, so you get the video at about 6:30.
yeah, around that time. That's like I'm usually out like about Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So like around, I usually work around the dinner shift, like around 5. After that, I just wait till your video comes out. I'm like, throw it on, listen to it while I'm driving.
Yeah. What? How's your market, man? You guys busy out there?
Oh man, so I'm actually like triple apping right now, but it's starting to get busy right now. It went through like a little slow patch for a while, but you know, like the winter time's starting to hit up again, so it's getting busy. But I mean, my market is, I want to say it's phenomenal because I'm raking on average right now. I've been tracking it for a little bit right now, about $32 an hour.
Phenomenal, nice.
Yeah, but I mean, it is LA too, so it's like. You know, you can't compare it to somewhere like in the Midwest or other.
Yeah, your cost of living is double mine. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, like even though I am like raking about $32 an hour, it doesn't matter. You know, it goes back into everything else. But,
yeah.
But I mean, that's much better than any job that I can kind of just get, and I get way better flexibility. So I don't mind.
Yeah, that's good.
Sure.
How long you been doing gig work?
This is I just started doing it this year actually. So
okay.
My brother-in-law he started doing it. He was talking about he started through Uber, so he was actually like telling us about all these bonuses that were going on. And this is like about in the beginning of the year, so they had all these crazy bonuses through Uber Eats going on, where you would complete certain trips to give you a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me hop on that. And during that time, I was actually working at the UPS warehouse, just food packaging. So it was like. I did that for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I working this many hours over here earning minimum wage when I can be doing this?
Yep.
I said, forget that, man.
Yep. I think a lot of people really because since the pandemic. So let's just say March of 2020, right? So going on 2 years almost, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people reevaluated like, hey, I'm working this job, making this, but in the gig economy, I can make the same and not have a boss and work when I want, and there's more flexibility. And I think that is the draw for a lot of people coming into this kind of work, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, like going back to what you're saying, like, I'm kind of in the same boat as you right now, where I'm actually trying to set up multiple streams of income, too.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the other things being right now, it's me and my wife are running an eBay store. So we've been a little bit off on it right now, but a couple of years back, we started doing our eBay store. We mostly sell like clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
So that once we keep the consistency with that, I mean that breaks in a pretty good amount of money. It's just about scaling that.
Do you guys get like you guys go to like Goodwills and yard sales, or how do you guys do your eBay?
Yeah, you know what? We were when we started like doing like liquidation packs. We really didn't know what we were doing at first, so we just kind of started buying whatever.
Yeah.
But you quickly learn what sells and what doesn't. So once we kind of pinpointed that, my wife, she started going a lot to to Goodwill and everything. She's really good because she knows all the brands and everything like that. So she started picking up things. Man, during that time, it was just like 2019. 2019 was killer year. Like you could just find anything. This is like pre-pandemic. So we're talking about you can go to Goodwill. There was like an abundance of things. So you would pick up all kinds of like jeans, jackets.
Yeah.
Like good brands. And we would like flip those things. Like sometimes like, man, like I'm talking about 3-4 times, making 3-4 times profit of when we were buying. So it was like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that because of the pandemic, more people got into eBay resale, and that's why you're not able, it's been harder to find that stuff as like you did in 2019?
Yeah, you know what? That's how I work when it comes down to, especially with a lot of kids and everything, like getting into thrifting and stuff. So they would just all go up and they would just like flood the stores and just buy everything up. So that became an issue from that point right there. Most of the kids, I don't think a lot of it like was like actual like resellers and everything or that kind of matter, because there's like if it was reselling, it gets pretty hard if you're not consistent with it. It's very hard to keep up going and like doing it like that full time.
Yeah, I've always, my sister does a little bit of like resale, and I always thought about like, yeah, that could be good, but like it seems like for me, like I'd have to invest a lot of time and energy to learn how to do it and to shop and to go to, I've always thought about, is that another stream I'm missing out on, but I just don't know if I've got the guts to try it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that that's going to take a little bit of time to get going,
Yeah, I would say like start small with that. Probably like something that you're very like well knowledge in.
Yeah.
In an area.
Yeah.
For me, it works out because my wife she's like an expert at that kind of stuff with the clothing stuff. So she does most of the shopping. So I do most of the other administrative work where I photograph and list, and then she brings in the stuff, and then I just go through all the money and everything. I'm like, all right, this is how much you spent. Yeah. And I keep track of most of that stuff, but like, so that helps. Like I said, if you're not good at knowing what sells, it's going to be a little bit of a higher learning curve from there. Yeah.
No, I think you bring up a really good point, because there's, a lot of people get into the clothes side and knowing what polos to buy, what jeans, what jackets, can you buy something? Does it need to be washed? Does it not? What's the shipping cost? I've done a little research, but like, it's in garage sailing, people get into that and they sell coffee, what coffee mugs to look for, what used toys, because toys is really big, Hot Wheels and game systems, and like there's such a niche to like that kind of market. It's really fascinating to me, because like I kind of feel like it could be worth going out on a Saturday, spending 4, 5, 6 hours garage sailing, spending $100, and maybe I can flip that 100 into 300, and that's basically a $200 profit for 5 hours of work. And you might not see that 200 that moment, but it happens over the course of a month or whatever, however long it takes to sell. But it's always been a fascinating thing to me,
Yeah, I would recommend somebody. There's one person that I did watch on YouTube that he kind of like, he gives pretty like straightforward like into like the kind of like setting goals with that kind of stuff. Yeah. His channel is the Daily Refinement.
What's it called?
He actually Daily Refinement.
Okay.
So I would check him out. He does daily videos usually, and he talks about that, like mostly getting into like nitty gritty of like actually like the inside of the business. Not like like you see a lot of these reseller channels, they only talk about like going to like get the thrift haul and everything. Yeah. He gets into the actual like business side of it, which is like not a lot of people actually talk about it. Yeah. Which is like what you would say like not the sexiest part of it. Because it's like you're talking numbers, you're talking about like actually setting goals and everything. Like how much money do you want to make in this, and what it's going to take to do that. That's what a lot of people overlook a lot of times. Yeah. But that's like, but that's also important if you want to succeed in that particular business. Yeah. Good point, man. Hey, let me ask you a question before we get off. Sure. So you've been doing this since you started this year, right? Do you think, topic of the night, right? Do you think that, or does it matter to you if a customer tips you or not, or do you just care about what the final payout is? Well, I have a pretty high standard for how much I'm willing to take per order, so it definitely does. Like in my market, for example, like I usually base it off of like the order. If it's going like about 1.5 miles, it has to pay me at least $750 to $850. So in order for me to even get that, basically for me it's going to be they have to tip. Otherwise, there's no way that the order's going to be that high if they're tipping. Got it. I essentially know, like, you know, like, kind of like how you say you look at an order, you know, like what the base pay is, and then it's like, okay, this customer's not tipping, don't even take that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's good. So you kind of have a plan of, hey, this is my dollar to mile. I'm gonna take this. This is my minimum, and I'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the only way to do it. That's like, I'm like, when it comes to like just taking orders, I will cherry pick the hell out of those orders because I'm actually like, I will sit in my car and wait like 20, 30 minutes before I actually take an order because a lot of times, like, so like I'm doing the 3 apps. So I will do, like, say for example, like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. Now, going back to that point where you're saying, does it matter the tip or not? Grubhub, I don't know if do you have Grubhub in your market or what's the situation with Grubhub in your market? You know anything?
So I signed up for Grubhub, and they actually denied me because I didn't pass the checker background because of some old ticket. So I tried to get on it. I didn't even challenge it because I was like, this is like so old, it doesn't even make sense. But I'm making good money with DoorDash and Uber, so I was like, don't worry about it. But like, I understand that Grubhub pays a lot better of the base pay, so you're gonna see good base pay on there, and there might not be a tip, but it doesn't matter because it's still a good order, I guess, right?
Exactly, that's what I was gonna get to. Like, yeah, that's actually the difference with Grubhub. Like, for example, let me like go through my last week. For last week, basically my delivery pay was like $135.95, and it was only $45 in tips.
Wow.
So. Yeah, but like usually, like I said, like the average order on Grubhub is like literally like $9.
Wow.
So it's like at that point, I'm like, if the mileage is right, I'm like, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that, and I've never had Grubhub, so I can't speak to how I would handle that situation. But like on DoorDash, for example, and on Uber, but I know DoorDash specifically, it's basically 3 to 1. Like my tip to my tip to DoorDash pay ratio is 3 to 1. It's crazy, but I'm also very selective with the orders I take because I can know for the most part if there's a tip or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, and there was like for me, like for example, like you know how you say DoorDash is your best app on your market?
Yeah.
It's the opposite for me. Uber is actually the best app in my market. For whatever reason, like. I don't know. I just tend to get a lot of garbage with DoorDash for the most part. Like, I do well on DoorDash, but like if we're talking about like in my market, like Uber's still king.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, I think some of the apps utilize, and you're on the West Coast, so a completely different market than where I'm at. And I think the marketing that is used per app can change based on demographic and time zone and all those kind of things. So like I've heard Uber can hit really good in a market like on the West Coast, whereas for me, the payouts are good, but I don't get a lot of them. I don't see a lot. And DoorDash I just get so many offers that eventually I'll get 2 or 3 good ones an hour, and on Uber I might get 5 good ones in a whole day. In like a whole 8-hour shift, there might be 4 or 5 that are good out of the ones that I see. Whereas DoorDash, I'll do 20 good orders in a day. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like either way, like I still get good orders on anyone. Like I'm just like you do. Like I'm very selective about what I'm willing to take for the most part. And usually I'm very like careful about the miles in my market too, because in the West Coast here, you talk about 4 miles here is not 4 miles like you would take anywhere else. Traffic will kill you, man.
Oh, I bet, man. I bet. Is it the traffic out there for you guys? What is it?
It's mostly the traffic and lack of parking.
Okay.
Overcrowded. That's just really, really what it comes down to. It's like the thing with me is I'm very fortunate that where I live, I'm in a very, very good market. It's basically I don't have to drive further than 3 miles away from my home, and I'm already getting really good offers. So that's
same for me. I'm very, very close to where I dash from where I live, but like, and I feel like real lucky because my traffic's not really bad here. There's so many zones. I'm densely populated. Like I feel like super lucky, but I understand that other markets don't have it as good as I do when it comes to that.
No, definitely, yeah. And I forgot, I don't know whose video I was watching one time. I don't remember who it was. I was just kind of like going through like different videos while I was driving. I was just like listening to them. Somebody was talking about something, saying that there was what they call market privilege. And that's what I would like. That's what really comes down to where I'm located. That's what I would say, that I actually have market privilege, because, you know, like I'm saying, I don't have to drive that far from where I'm at. And literally, I'm already getting high-paying orders for the most part. So
we're lucky, man. I think Dave, we're lucky. You know, I think in a lot of ways we're lucky. And I complain sometimes, and I don't like waiting. I'm super impatient sometimes, but I have to.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, man. I have to understand. You know what? There are a lot of other people working these apps, and they got to drive, 5, 6, 7 miles is a normal route for them. Whereas me, my normal mileage per order is probably 2.5, 3 miles, and that's really low. And I gotta be more appreciative of that. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to make money and trying to make it as quick as we can. But I feel very blessed to have the market that I have.
I'm with you on that one too, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like you overlook that sometimes, and you forget that you have to be grateful for what you have.
Yeah,
Even though
absolutely.
No matter how bad that day is, you just think about it and you look in perspective, and you're like, damn, man, you know what? I'm pretty good.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. Hey, Dave, I appreciate the call, and I know you're a first-time caller, but I appreciate the support, and keep grinding out there, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Anytime, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, man. Take it easy. Good night.
All right. We're going to take a couple more calls. Where we at? Over 2 hours. This has been a fast 2 hours, but you guys are live in the chat. Got some great phone calls tonight. Yes, I think I saw a comment about you are very lucky, Pedro. So is Kim Money. Very lucky in your markets. Jackie, you are correct. I am lucky. I know I've said it enough. I probably don't say it as much as I should. Gig Lebowski in the house. We got Dashing Grandpa in the house. What up, Gig Lebowski? What up, guys? What up, man? Who else we got in here? Any new names? Sam, Matt Mellis. We got George Tennant. Been mainly in the mid-90s during the day and lows around 40. Ooh, that sounds like that's perfect weather, Dancing Grandpa. Perfect weather. But Soda's back. Scorpion Heat Seeker. All right. Got a lot of the usual suspects still rocking with us. Adam's still in the house. Paul, Roy will be Roy still in the house. Mateo, Dominique, Eric. We got TN, Jackie, Joel. We got Adam in the house still. Look, you guys love talk. I love it. I love the soup. I love the chats, man. I love it. I love it. And just so y'all know, sometimes I go back and look at the replay chat, but I can't keep up with y'all in here because I'm trying to take the calls. You know what I'm saying? Ron, what up, man? Yes, Grubhub has went higher mileage recently. That's what I've been hearing. I don't have Grubhub, but I hear it from people. So let's take this next call. Oh, Lord. Hold on there. What we got? Oh, my God. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line this evening?
You are live with Mike from the 813.
Mike, what up, brother? 813. Did you? Okay, hold on. Do we talked last week or the week before?
We talk every week, brother.
Okay, I listen. I can't. For the last couple of weeks. All right, you're right. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Really good. I got some questions for you, though.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
Yeah. Well, first of all, something I'm just curious. What are you get peaks every shift? In other words, like morning and then afternoon and then evening. We get peaks all three here in Brandon, Tampa area.
So in my St. Louis market, I have like 7 zones. Out of those 7, I will dash within any day between 2 or 3. And I would say within those 2 or 3 zones, I at least have a peak once a day. But I don't experience it every day. It just depends on where the traffic, takes me. But peaks are common in my market, I would say. Yes.
Okay. Because see, we have them every zone. We have them. Like, it's kind of weird. Like tonight when I was out there, because I didn't end till kind of like late tonight, which I normally don't. It was a $3 So, all I was doing is hitting McDonald's and Taco Bell, $8 less than, 2 miles.
Yeah.
So, I do that all night. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
But normally we have a $3 peak for the 5 to 9. And then, there's always a morning. I mean, all of my zones are that way, But, I get a lot of, 8 and 9 mile deliveries, and some I take, some I don't take, depending on where they are. If it's just a straight shot, which some of them are, because you get $15 tips on them.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. So, but most of mine, I don't normally take over 5 miles.
Yeah. I also see high payouts, a little bit higher miles, and I take them too. For me, it depends on time of day. It depends on if it's highway miles and the drop off leaves me in a spot where I know I can get another offer quickly, I'll jump on it because the cash flow is good. So if I get a $12 offer going 8 miles and 5 of those 8 are highway, I'm going to jump on that. As long as the merchant's good, I'm going to jump on it. And sometimes it's more than the $12. And if I can knock that out in 20 minutes, that's a good order because I can get another one and make $20-25 an hour or whatever. So I'm not afraid of the miles. As far as peak pay in my market, I don't work a lot of night shifts, but I will say every night shift, if I worked it, there's definitely a peak pay, whether it's $1 or $2. Last night there was a $3 peak pay starting at 5, but I was out till about 6:30, so I only, took advantage of it for about an hour and a half. But I definitely see peak pay at night because I think there's just obviously more orders that come through. But yeah, man, I think a lot of us, don't be afraid of those miles, especially if they're highway. Like if you can make $12 in 20 minutes of time, I'm gonna take that every day.
Yeah, well, mine are more than that. Mine are $20-$25.
That's fantastic. So if you can make $25 in 30-40 minutes, that's great.
Yeah, you can't beat it. And I'm still averaging every week. I'm still averaging much more in tips than I am in what they're paying me.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, this is my next thing I wanted to lead to is I think DoorDash is the best, and that's the only app that I've been running. Now I've been keeping Uber Eats on, but they need to do something with their app here in our area because I don't guess nobody else has had problems with it. But now I've only done 2 Uber Eats. I've just today hit over 100 in DoorDash. But anyway, Uber Eats, I'll click on it, accept it, like I accepted my order today. Mm-hmm. And it took me to my restaurant, which I knew my restaurant. I knew where it was. No big deal. So then when I get to the restaurant, pick my order up, it just keeps clicking. It will not let me, it won't show me my customer's address or anything.
On Uber Eats, it won't, after you pick it up, it won't show you the address or
Yeah, it won't do anything. I have to call support, get the address, and then go, put it in my system, put it in my phone, and deliver it. So I'm just not, until I get it straightened out, I'm not gonna do their orders. I mean, now I'm just almost done getting accepted with Grubhub. I've been going through the process, and so anyway, I should be cleared with them, and I should be cleared with Amazon Prime, Flex, which I still don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm still going to have it in case I want to play with it or do something with it.
Yeah, I think it's important to have a few and to know what in your market hits good. And let's say DoorDash is having a bad day, you can turn on to Amazon, maybe do a few and learn. In the Uber, I would say keep giving it some tries because I was very similar to you. Like I got really comfortable with DoorDash, right? And I started my gig life doing Uber rideshare and got really good at that. Before even Uber Eats, I was like, I know Uber rideshare. I feel really good with it. And then I started doing DoorDash. And then I got Uber Eats on. But I liked the DoorDash because I just understood it better. And it was a little more easy. But then it was easier. And the app was a little more easy. And then as I started working Uber Eats, I started like not liking it because it was different. It wasn't as busy. and the interface was different. But then as I've been working with it a little bit more and taking a few more offers, I've learned it's a really good way to supplement when DoorDash is a little bit slow, or, you know, sometimes you get some really great payouts on Uber Eats too, Mike. You'll get like some stacks, like $25, two deliveries, but it might take you 30, 40 minutes. You know, you'll get some good ones. So it's good to mix them in, because for me, I feel like I'm just maximizing my opportunities if I have both of them turned on.
Well, how about have you, because I want to get back to Uber Eats, but have you ever got a triple stack?
Okay, so I've never had a triple from Uber Eats. I've had a triple 2 times from DoorDash only. So it's very infrequent.
I got a triple, which kind of pissed me off. I got a triple from them, but I done left the restaurant. One restaurant picked up both orders, no problem. I do that all day long. And I'm starting on my route, and then they want me to go to this other place, which was quite a ways away. And I'm not going to do that because my people's food gets cold.
Yeah.
And, so far I got good, messages from customers and stuff, which is cool. But I refused it. And then after that, they cut me off because I had hit like 10, orders that I didn't accept, because I'm not going to take, an order that's not worth it. Just not going to do it. And no tip, no trip. Now I've tried a couple of those today. I just said, well, let me take this, I don't know what it was, $4.50 or whatever, and go see what happened. And they gave me $1, which I guess that's better than nothing. It wasn't that far.
Yeah.
But a lot of experimenting I do with the tips. So, they do high tips. DoorDash does high tips, because when I get some of these places, I'm shocked, at some of the tips that, the extra money that's in there.
Yeah. So what's your base pay again out in Florida?
I believe ours is at $3.
So
$2.50. $2.53.
$2.53. So you're going to see a lot of your hidden tips, because DoorDash hides if a customer tips more than $4, they're going to hide it. So if you see $6.50, or if you see $7 and you see a good merchant or a lot of items, you're probably going to have a hidden tip on that.
Yeah, and they shouldn't do that. If they show us the full amount, we might just go grab that order.
Yeah, they're not going to.
They shouldn't. I disagree with that. Let me ask you: can you walk me through the Uber Eats app? What you're supposed to do? I mean, I know what you're supposed to do, but how does it work in your market? I mean, what do you hit when you get to your?
So for me, Uber Eats is a little different. I'll give you a quick tutorial real quick. So they're going to show you basically. Uber Eats base pay can even be lower than DoorDash. I've seen Uber Eats base pay as low as like $1, $1.50. Most of the orders in my market, the base pay is $3. So they'll show you, let's say $8. So if I see $8, I know that it's probably a $5 tip, $3 base pay. They'll show you the miles, okay, just like DoorDash will. But they're not. They'll show you the merchant, but you won't be able to zoom in necessarily like you can on DoorDash. Like you can zoom in on the house and see what kind of building it is. Uber Eats, you can't do that. If the Uber Eats, if it says delivery and there's a 2 next to it, that's a stack. Okay.
Right.
So that's 2 pickups, but it won't show you both pickups. It might just say Taco Bell, and that could mean 2 Taco Bell pickups, or it could mean a Taco Bell and a McDonald's. You don't really know until you accept it, which isn't really cool, but that's how they do it. So they don't. Uber Eats doesn't show you as much information initially as DoorDash does, but typically Uber Eats will have better payouts because the customer can add tips, and the tips typically from the customer demographic on Uber Eats is actually better than DoorDash customers, in my market at least, and what I've heard from others. But Uber Eats just doesn't have as much market share, so that's why if you have both platforms, you're not going to run into as many offers from Uber Eats as you will DoorDash.
Right.
The one good thing about Uber Eats that I actually kind of like is that if you have a stack, there isn't like a time restraint. With DoorDash, they give you got to pick up at this time, drop off by this time. And, you feel a little more pressure. With Uber Eats, it's like, hey, we got 2 deliveries, pick them up, drop them off. That's it. So it's a lot more freeing. It's a lot more freeing. There's a lot more leeway in that way. I think the app is a little easier to use even when you drop it off from a customer standpoint. So I think there's benefits on both sides. The reason I like DoorDash more is just because there's just more opportunity in my market.
Yeah, I get them all day long. I do.
All day.
I just, all day. I mean, today, it just didn't stop. But what do you suggest I do with the Uber Eats? Who do I call? Who do I get help? Because when I'm at the restaurant now, I'm trying to get to my customer, and it's just not letting me go.
I think with Uber Eats, when you get to the restaurant, okay, you gotta. As soon as you pick up the order, the address should pop right up and it should have you on your way.
It will not let me. I keep pushing the button. It will not. And then I push the red button on the left side, and it takes me to, I can call, for help or whatever. But it will not let me. I clicked it until I was tired of clicking it.
So are you saying you have the order in hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have it, and I've hit complete, and I'm trying to get.
So at the bottom, it should say start delivery, and you should take that arrow and slide to the right.
You have to slide. Okay, so I don't know that. This is just a little button like you just push down on, so you have to slide. Okay.
You should actually kind of hit the arrow pointing to the right. You should slide it over, and at that point, the delivery should start for you.
Okay. Well, I'll try it again maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Okay.
I would definitely try that. Definitely try that. Don't hit the little caution icon. Tap on the arrow that says start delivery. Slide it. Should be like a green bar, and then at that point the customer address should pop up, and then the algorithm should know that you have the food and that you're on your way to the delivery. Try that. And see if it works.
Okay, so it's not just as simple as touching the button like you do with.
You have to actually slide it over. Yes.
That might help me.
I think that's probably what you're running into. Don't give up on Uber yet. I think Uber could be good for you to do it as well as DoorDash.
Right, I agree. And I wanted to ask you, like my customer, my rating right now is at 4.91, so I'm still a top dasher. And my acceptance rate is like at 30%. That's not good, right? But I mean, who cares? Because you just can't take, a $3 order, going 5 miles, or I won't.
I would say this: acceptance rate doesn't matter. I wouldn't worry about it. Take whatever you think is good for you. Don't worry about acceptance rate. 2 times this year, my acceptance rate has hit 0%, and they still sent me offers. That's the best advice I can give. Don't worry about that acceptance rate.
Okay. And I did learn a lesson this week is not to, I was texting back and forth with this lady in this pizza place, the best place we have around in our area. And I waited for her because she told me, she says, I'll take care of you at the door, which she had already tipped. It was a decent order, but she didn't give me anything after I waited 1 hour. I'd like to have knocked her door down, but I was just real sweet, real nice, left. But I'll never do that again. But when I went to hit the button to, send the order, not to, what do you call it? Not to accept it, to send it on.
Yeah.
It kept telling me, about my acceptance rate. Anyway, I just sat there and just waited, but I'll never do that again. I don't care what happens.
There isn't any, I'll take that back. There's very few amounts of deliveries that I would wait an hour for. For me, exactly. I think it's important, Mike, to have like, hey, I'm going to wait 10, 15 minutes, whatever that is for you and your market based on the time of day and the day of the week. But like for an hour, for me, it's not worth it. If I get to a place, I'll unassign an order and just keep it moving because time is money.
Exactly. Yeah, I lost probably 2 good deliveries.
Probably.
In that time. Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly. I definitely did. And one other thing I wanted to throw out at you, have you ever, or do you have it in your area, do you have mobile meals?
No, I do not. Never heard of that.
Okay, well, this place, the guy met me, or didn't meet me, but he was in the same pizza place that we were all waiting in. It's mobilemeals.com, and I think from what he said, because it's kind of loud in there, they pay by the hour. I want to say he said $11 an hour plus tips, and he said that they're going to be taking over everything. I'm like, there's no way. They're not going to take DoorDash.
No. Not yet. No way.
There's no way. Well, I don't think it'll be in the future either.
Yeah.
But, you got to wear their shirt. And, he saw I had a tank top on. I dress how I want,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of local, not a lot. There's going to be a decent amount of local food delivery companies popping up in certain merchants. I think they'll do some great. Things. I think they'll probably have some good relationships with local merchants and things. I think there's value in that. But yeah, at the end of the day, there could be money to be made, but like they're not taking DoorDash's money at the end of the day. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah.
What is before I let you go? I haven't Googled it. What's your temperature right now
in St. Louis? Oh, right now, St. Louis weather changes every day. So this week so on Monday and Tuesday we were in the 70s, right? Today on Sunday we were in the 40s.
Wow. Well, I am actually in the 40s now, which for Florida, that's cold.
In Florida, that's like in Florida, that's winter. That's like an iceberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, like I say, I'm getting ready to throw some logs on the fireplace and lay down and watch YouTube. Let me tell you, if I'm not watching the Bucks on the NFL, I'm not watching that.
They lost today. What happened to them today?
I don't know what's up.
They looked horrible today. Oh, the Redskins? Oh my God.
I know, exactly. But and then if I'm not watching our Lightning, I watch Fox News and I watch YouTube. But I mostly watch YouTube. YouTube is the most interesting thing. I watch all the gambling channels. And then you go in and film like it is awesome. But YouTube is the best thing ever.
I watch a lot of YouTube, Mike. I don't even watch TV, man. I literally my girlfriend watches TV and we have a Roku. You know, she'll watch Netflix and I don't watch any of it. I'm on YouTube and that's what I like. And there's a lot of different things. Whether I want to watch a 1-minute video, a 30-minute video, a movie on it. I don't even watch TV anymore.
It's just it's from all over the world. It's not just here. I mean, it's just you can't beat it. Like you're right now. You're going out worldwide. You know, it's awesome.
It's fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think YouTube's a cool thing, and it's free content, and you can watch a lot of different things at any time of the day. And I think it's fun, man. Mike, I appreciate the call, like always, man.
Put it right on your 70-inch TV, and you don't have to look at it on a little screen. It's awesome.
Absolutely, Mike. Awesome. Absolutely. Thanks for the phone call tonight, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, good talking to you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good week, buddy.
You too.
See you.
All right. So tonight we've had Bud Soda, Kanita, Tom, Megan Costello, Slavic, John, Dave, and Mike. We're going to take a few more calls. I'm going to check in with the chat because we still got 165 people rocking in here tonight. Listen, y'all. Ooh, 111. This is one of the best streams we've had as far as analytics. I mean, not, let's check the chat out. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what we got. James Grant. I hate DoorDash hiding tips. Facts, so do I. I tipped $40 on a 3-mile order, $180 meal, Chicago. Ooh, Chi-Town. No one took it for 2 hours. Because they showed 11 for James, that's a problem. That is a problem, man. And you have a significant gripe on that. It's absurd that they hide tips. And I try to help people find how to find them. Like tell them, how do you dissect the order so you know that there's probably a hidden tip. But DoorDash is shady, man. It's shady. Marty says my acceptance rate is like 23%. Marty, mine's about the same. Mine got as low this week as I got down to 14% this week. And then I got up to like 13, I think, on Friday because I was getting a lot of good ones. But George Tanner, your acceptance rate has to be over 70 to stay Top Dasher. That is true. Top Dasher means nothing. I think that is true as well, Tom. You don't get better offers. I think that is true as well. That's my opinion. Dominique Wesley Thomas. I also union as well as UPS. Teamster 63. Jazz. I got an Uber Eats McDonald's order and received a $22.05 tip and then another 10 in cash. So grateful. Wow. That's a rare tip on McDonald's, but an awesome tip. That's a rare one, though. I got Jazz and Grandpa. Let's see what we got. Lucinda, how are you? Oh, hell no for me. If they don't show me the address before I accept, I will Kobe them every time. Kobe. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. There's no better catchphrase in this gig community than Kobe. I'm a humble dude, but that is the GOAT of catchphrases. I'm gonna say it right now. Ain't nobody got nothing like Kobe, and that is a fact. I love it. I love how you guys say that. Many of you guys say, "Oh, you got me saying Kobe in the car," because it's fun. It's funny. It's funny. You gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. When you see a DoorDash order for $2 or $3, how do you not say Kobe? Come on. I mean, come on. You gotta laugh. Logs on a fireplace, a glass of eggnog, get in the holiday season. Oh, Roy will be, yeah, man. I drink, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Roy and everybody else, coquito. So I'm Puerto Rican. We drink coquito. It's a Puerto Rican version of eggnog. It's spiced rum, and you make it in a blender. You get like coconut milk, condensed milk, cream milk, cinnamon, nutmeg, crack a couple eggs, blend it up. Oh, it's so frothy and phenomenal. It's better than eggnog, in my opinion. It's got more flavor. I make it every year. It's called coquito. Look it up. It's phenomenal. I like eggnog too, but coquito is like, it hits, man. Oh, I love it. I love this time of the year. Once it hits fall, going into like middle of January, I love it. It's my favorite time of the year. I love it. We got in here. Add-on, smoking that. Let's see. Gig Lebowski. Hell, I would have taken 11 for 3 miles. I'll take 11 for 3 miles, Gig Lebowski. It's a good order. James Grant says, less of my work has me in $500 a night hotel. You think someone would have taken a shot? I hear you, man. Ooh, what kind of work you do, James? That's nice. $500 a night hotel. Ooh, that's an expensive hotel, man. Living it up. Edith Santiago, Ho, can you send me an email or phone number? I have some questions for you, Pedro. Edith, if you go to my channel page and you go to the community tab, or you go to the page and you scroll over where it says about, my email is there. That's how you can get in contact with me. Hit my email. All right, 22 at McDonald's. That's the person one. Man, I cannot spend. I don't do McDonald's, man. I used to eat McDonald's. I cannot eat McDonald's anymore. It's not good. I'm sorry. I don't drink, so no coquito. You spelled it wrong, Roy. It's okay, though. I can drink for the both of us. Listen, it's literally the only vice I have is a few cocktails a week. That's it, because I don't eat meat, so I can't eat good. So I got to have a couple cocktails, man. It's fine. All right, let's see. We're going to take 1 or 2 more phone calls. Don't be afraid to call in. Phone number is, I didn't think I put it in the chat. Oh, we got a call right now, so we'll take it. You are live with Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Hey, my name is David. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
David, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right, man. I love watching your show. I apologize. I just subscribed, even though my girlfriend and I have been watching you for a couple months now.
Oh, it's all good, man. No problem. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Subscriber now.
All good. Thank you.
Well, I'm a lot like you. I've been in the business, the restaurant business, for 20 years, and I've done everything.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I, we dash together just to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But for the no tipping thing, I mean, I lose sleep over it sometimes. It bothers me so much. There's nothing else I can say how much it kills me about that. And I agree with you. I think that if you can't afford a tip, then you shouldn't order. And it pisses me off. Yeah. However, there's a couple things I'd like to talk about real quick, and I won't take too much of your time, and I appreciate you answering my call. But in our market, our base pay is $225, so $625 is the magic number. Same as me. Yep. Same as me. Yeah. So, if we get a $625 order and it's 10 items and it's 5 miles, we'll take the chance sometimes just because, you want to get that tip percentage. But my question to you is, when we get the stacked orders, obviously, and in our opinion, that's how you make the money. You get stacked orders, you're making money. You're making 25 plus an hour. Yeah. But when you see one if you get a stacked order, it's $11, you know that one of them is 5. So they're probably only tipping $3, or one is a no tip. Yeah. So it's tough for us to make those decisions, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I have taken stacks at $10, $11, $12, and they've gone up. They'll go from 10, 11, 12 to 14, 15, 16, 20. The one thing I would say on stacked orders, and I've been burned once or twice, but not often, is if you get a stack, two orders, $11, 4 miles, let's say, right? You can accept it. You can then, as you're en route, you can hit the question icon, and you can select one of those orders. Let's say it says David and Pedro. You can select Pedro, click on can't do this order, and if that, and you give a reason, and it will tell you at that point, okay, that $11 order, if you want to unassign Pedro's order, that 11 is now going to be 8. And that basically tells you, okay, well, Pedro's order is $3. There's no tip on that. And you can actually let that go, keep the $8 order, do that one or whatever, or it might tell you, okay, that order's $5, so the other one's $6. Both customers probably tipped, and there could be a hidden tip on both of them. It's kind of a gamble, but you can actually unassign one of the orders from a stack if you see.
Yeah, and we have before. It's just, it's tough. I mean,
yeah,
because a stacked order is a stacked order. I mean, you can make $12 in 10 minutes. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I think it's hard. You have to understand. You gotta. For me, it depends on time of the day. Like if it's in the middle of dinner.
I got to give you kudos for working downtown St. Louis in the day, because finding those office buildings has got to be.
Oh, dude! Sometimes sometimes it hits for me, and sometimes I'm like, "What am I doing out here?" But it's you got to take the good with the bad. So.
And again, I'm not trying to take everyone's time. I'm sure people are calling, but the main reason why I wanted to call you so bad is because I felt your pain during your Instacart order at Restaurant Depot.
Oh, that was rough, man.
I've done that before. I was exactly in your position.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare. The anxiety was, I felt like I just wanted to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
From doing an Instacart order.
Yeah, it was rough. I put myself through it. I had never been to Restaurant Depot for an Instacart, and I'll never go back. It would literally have to be $60 or $70 for me. For it to be worth it. But like, I learned my lesson. I tried it. Instacart in my market just isn't. I don't see a lot of really good orders. But maybe they. I tried it. Maybe they are good, but I gave it a go. I'm not gonna.
Well, we used to do. My girlfriend and I used to do Instacart full time.
Yeah.
And we didn't even DoorDash because the pay was so great. But there's a new CEO.
Yeah.
And they're making 3 orders for $7, $8 for 16 miles.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it just makes me so angry that people actually take these orders.
Yeah.
And they're the reason why we can't make money, because they know that people are dumb. And they take these orders, and we lose because of it.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to say
crazy. It's crazy how people take that.
I don't understand how people would actually have to pay you to work, because you're losing money.
Yeah.
You're actually losing money.
It's nuts, and I've talked about this a few times, and I think part of the issue is with these gig apps and people that do gig work. There are a lot of English is the second language, okay? So there are a lot of people in my market that do gig apps, and they don't understand English, and they feel like they think they need to take all these orders, and they don't understand that they can decline. They don't understand that $7 for 3 batches is bad, so they take it. So I think some of the orders are getting filled by people that don't have that knowledge of what is really going on.
Yeah, but right? I'm sure they know math, and I just don't understand why they still take it.
I don't know. Maybe I don't get it either, man. I feel, and that's why I try to make videos like, hey, you don't have to do that. Stop doing it. Unassign it or decline it.
I honestly believe that it hurts us.
Yeah, in the long run, it does, and you know what? It hurts it hurts the customer too that tips and they hide the tip. It hurts that customer. We had a guy earlier in the chat. He said he tipped $40. It took him a couple hours to get his food because DoorDash hid the tip. That sucks.
I wouldn't be surprised if they steal it as well sometimes, and maybe not all the time.
Right. Sometimes that happens. A merchant takes it or they play games with the tip, and that sucks because like the guy tipped $40. That's a phenomenal tip.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean,
it's incredible on any amount of food. That's a good, phenomenal tip, and that shouldn't be hidden. And it's rather shameful. But at the end of the day, like all we can do is make what we can make and make good decisions. And it's hard to change these apps because they're.
Sometimes I do like it though. I mean, we got a $38 tip on a $6.25 order, and it's very rare.
Yeah.
But it does happen, and it's always nice to get that present.
It is a present, and it is kind of nice. And I took a few this week, and I knew there were going to be more, and they were.
I guess with you. You said $10.25. I'm like, I'm going to say $8.25, and you're like $9. I'm like, I was close.
Yeah, it's kind of fun sometimes. I had one that it showed me $7.25, wound up being $30. And you can look at the subtotal, and it's kind of when you get good at it, it becomes kind of a game, and it makes it interesting. But it shouldn't have to be like that, No,
it shouldn't. I mean, I don't understand it, and it'll probably never change. It's probably just going to get worse. Just like Instacart has.
But. I think you're right, and I think that's why it's important for us to use these apps for what we can do to use them and figure out other things we want to do down the line and have plans. And not be too reliant on them because at the end of the day, they're not going to get better as far as base pay. And they're not going to show us more. They'll only show us less.
Yeah, I mean, they'll show you that $4 and then you just got to hope. Because it's always the $4 tip, $6.25, and then,
Absolutely.
You're on your own there. You're taking the chance going 4.7 miles
Absolutely.
for 4 items.
Absolutely.
But if it's a good restaurant and they're expensive, you got to sometimes take that chance.
No, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the chance because even at face value, you're making more than $1 a mile or whatever, and as long as it's not from a crappy merchant, like you're 9 times. You can
usually figure out, there's going to be something more, whether it's 25 cents or $4 or 10.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay. I think. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you taking my call, and it's just so funny because when we watch you, my girlfriend laughs because she thinks that I'm the most impatient. When it comes to waiting on a delivery, when I get to the restaurant and they're not ready, or they act like I'm an alien, I literally lose sleep over it, which I shouldn't because it is a gig app. But,
we shouldn't, but I'm impatient sometimes, and there's been times I've practice extreme patience, and other times I'm like, no, man, I got to keep it moving. Like I'm wasting money.
Time is money.
Time is money. In these gig apps, time is the most valuable. Ruin
your night. One restaurant can literally ruin your entire night.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it is a luck game.
Yeah.
If you get the right delivery and then you get a stack order, then you go off somewhere else and you're out of the zone, you're rolling. Or not so much.
No, you're right, man. You're right. Absolutely, Dave. Hey, man, tell the wife.
Thank you very much for taking the call.
Yeah, tell the wife I said hello. You guys have a great rest of the week, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a great night. Thank you.
You too.
All right.
All right, Dave. All right. What we got in the chat? James, what up, man? James Grant says DoorDash removed the ability to add a tip after delivery. I order DoorDash 2 times a day, about $20K a year. I only use DoorDash because the restaurant's on it. I hear you, man. Ooh, James, you a big baller, shot caller, man. So I know from what I've heard, DoorDash, you can call like support to add a tip after, but yeah, they don't make it easy like DoorDash. That's for sure. George Tennant says Pedro needs some ADHD pills or something. Listen, George, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. I don't have ADHD. I definitely have. Listen, I'll be honest with y'all. I definitely have I'm kind of hyper sometimes. I definitely have a form of anxiety sometimes. I'm like compulsive order, like I OCD a little bit. I don't have ADHD though, but I definitely got other things going on. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about it. OCD. I'm OCD all day. Listen, y'all don't even understand. I have extreme OCD. Not in a bad way. I think my OCD actually allows me to be very good at certain things. But I definitely have OCD. I definitely have anxiety on a level, for sure. For sure. I do. But that actually, I feel like that's my superpower in some ways. I know that sounds crazy, but I kind of embrace it. And your biggest strength can also be your biggest weakness. I believe that. So, but definitely, man, I definitely have that. There's no doubt about it. No, Joel, you're too smooth on camera. No, I definitely have. I definitely have a little bit of that. Trust me. There's different forms of it. Yeah, trust me. OC personality disorder. OCD runs, man. I'm telling you, it runs in my veins. All right. Just work from 5 to 10 p.m. So you can make 120. Tom. I don't want to work at 5 and 10. I've done it. I know I can, in my market, working 5 days a week, I can make $1,400. I'm lucky if I stayed out till 10, but I don't want to stay out till 10. I got the daughter. I got my family. Like, I like to be home at 7:30 at the latest. So I value that. I could make more money with the gig apps, but I need to be home. I want to be home. I mean, if I work 7 days a week like I was doing before, I'd make $2,000 a week, no problem. But I just don't want. I don't need or want to push it to that level. So, every disability gives you a new ability to. James Grant, every disability gives you a new ability is how I like to look. You ain't lying. That's how I listen, bro. Listen. Yeah. Can you look into Snap delivery? Trey says, can you look into Snap delivery? It sounds too good to be true. It's almost like a delivery pyramid scheme. Snap. I'm going to write that down because you know what? I don't feel like I've heard of that. Trey. Snap. What is that from? I don't know. DoorDash removed ability to, yeah. Okay. After the fact, because they would be forced to transfer the entire new tip to driver. They can't touch the tip after that point. Interesting. I really struggle with the dark. Crawley struggles with the dark. 8 revenue streams tonight. I hope you read my comments. Smacking ass. Ooh, I didn't see all of them. I will look back at them, though. What up, Zach? How are you, man? I ran into a driver tonight who had 6K deliveries. Wow. I told him I made $40 in my first hour, and he was floored. He said he's lucky to make 20. He had no clue about the app at all. I send him your way. Zach. Thank you. That's a lot of deliveries. He's probably a top dasher. He's probably making some money, but probably costing himself money in the long run. Appreciate you, Zach. Appreciate you very much. You're very loyal. Thank you. I like to make more money with DoorDash, but sometimes I can't dash now. Is Top Dasher worth it? Winning life. I would say in some markets, I think Top Dasher might be. If you're in a market where you can dash now, like I can, Top Dasher is trash. Do your market research. That's the most I can say about that. I'd hate to tell you it's not good in your area because I don't work your area. I can only speak from mine and what I think most areas will do. 6K lifetime delivery. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm at 4,800 plus right now on DoorDash, but I've done 300 Postmates, 500 Uber, and I think I'm like 1,100 Uber ride shares. So I'm at like 6K combined trips on all the platforms, but not with DoorDash, not yet. Carly, pissed me off when customers don't answer, and I'm sure, yeah. When you order food, how do you not answer your phone? It's crazy. I had one the other night. I actually filmed it. That video will come out in a couple of days. Short video. Lady ordered 2 pints of whiskey and a pack of cigarettes. It was paying $6.75 1 mile. Pick it up from 7-Eleven. Go to the house. I get there. She gives me an address. 2nd floor. 4 buttons. Front door's locked. 4-family flat. None of the buttons are labeled. Call the number. Voicemail. Oh, this number no longer works. Please call this number. All right, call the second number. doesn't answer. Leave a voicemail. Nothing. Text. Nothing. Called one more time. Leave a voicemail. Then I'm like, okay, she's on the second. It says 2E, so that means 2 East, second floor. Look at the pin pad. 1, 2. Okay, I'll hit the bottom 2 on the pin pad. Bing, bing. Hit them. Nothing. It's been 10 minutes. So at DoorDash, you can start the timer, 5 minutes, and then I had started it. Then it gives you the option, return to store. I'm not going to sit out there and wait. I hit the doorbell. Didn't work. I called 4 times total, texted once, no reply. I return to the store. I get full pay and I get return pay. I made $10 on the order. I didn't want $10 on the order. I wanted $6.75 and then on to the next order, but I made $10 for 20 minutes of work. She winds up calling me back because I called her. She called, oh, where are you? Where are you? Ma'am, you ordered 2 pints of whiskey and a pack of cigarettes. They're at 7-Eleven. Go pick them up. When people order stuff and they can't be ready for you, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't get it. All right. Let's read the chat a little bit, and then we'll call it a night. No more phone calls. I'm closing in on 2K. I'm a rookie. Not a rookie, Adam. I think 2K deliveries, you're definitely not a rookie. It's easier for me to do this than commit to a bartending or server job. So, Crawley, I think bartending and server jobs, there's definitely money to be made right now because of the shortage in those demographics and that genre of work. But, yeah, man, I like the gig work, man. Takeem Hilton, over 12K lifetime deliveries. Man, that's hustling right there. But so to try on Instacart, then they give you a dozen wrong, incorrect, or bad out. Yeah, man. That's Bud Soda. That's what I'm saying. Instacart is trash, bro. I'm sorry. I think sometimes you get good ones, but for me, in my market, Instacart, no. Gig Lebowski just hit 3,100 deliveries on DoorDash, 1,000 on Grubhub, 800 on Uber Eats. Nice, man. I know you be out there grinding, man. And Gig Lebowski, I think you work, hold on, let me remember. You work Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday maybe, and you take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, right? I feel like that's what you do. Tan Melon. My roommate had a bad dasher last night. We gave her instructions, but still was confused. But then I gave the same instructions and ordered and got mine. And then I gave same instructions and ordered and got mine, no problem. Yeah, some dashers are just bad. I think some dashers are just bad. I think it's too easy to get on the platform. But so to start the timer immediately. Yeah, I started it pretty kind of immediately, but nah, not soon enough. I'll say that. Wait, oh my God, I have so many questions. Who can I hook up with in DM? I need lots of questions answered. Crawley R needs lots of questions. Crawley, you're in the right chat for that. There's a lot of smart people in here. You can also DM me on Instagram, Mr.BetonYou, or you can hit my email. It's in my about page of my section, my page. If you hit my email, I answer all emails. Yeah, if you got a question, but yeah, this chat's got a lot smarter people than me. So, Postmates is Uber Eats. They bought them, I think, this year. Yep. So you might be on the Uber Eats platform, and it might actually say Postmates in the description. Same thing. Pedro, I want you to get a catering bag. LOL. Vaughn, what up, man? What up? You know what? I have one. I'll say that, but more to come on that. What up, Vaughn? It's been a while since I seen you, man. I hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're good. Yeah, message Gig Lebowski on Twitter. Gig Lebowski runs more apps than I do. He definitely has more knowledge about multi-apping. I run 2 right now. I think Gig Lebowski's got 4 or 5 maybe. So definitely check out him. Definitely hit him up. Yeah, do that. Hit him up. I see that. But so I made over 1K on my vacation and cash flowed the whole thing because of DoorDash and Instacart. Traveled from Oswego to Syracuse and back. How many orders must you do to get big catering orders? Dinah, I don't know. I don't know that there's an answer to that. From what I've seen to be on some of the platform, based on what DoorDash says, is you got to have at least 100. But I don't know. I don't trust that necessarily. Yeah, Crawley, hit Bud Soda up too. He knows a lot. Now about this car show. Oh yeah, man. Listen, this gig conference we're gonna do is gonna be good. But I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to talk about it in an appropriate amount of time. It's probably going to be at the beginning of the year when we really start talking and planning for it, because it needs to be time sensitive. So it's going to be fun. Don't worry. Lots of good channels out there that can help learn. Yes, Dashing Grandpa, very true. I had 1K before you got the email. I had 1K before I got the email. Got it. 100 for the month. PD, if I would be a horrible president, but thank you, Mateo. Yet to receive a catering order. I've gotten a few, Bud Soda. I've gotten probably about 10 that I would consider catering as far as size. And yeah, I've gotten probably 10 in the last 5-6 months. James Ruffalo. What up, man? Have you ever had 2 deliveries going to the same person, same address? 2 deliveries. Like, let me think. 2 deliveries. One time. Yes. One time. Well, no, multiple times. I've had DoorDash has the double dash. So I've done it a few times, but I've also delivered. I've had it a few times. James. Yes, I have. CMW Whisk Fan. CM Whisk Fan. I had a delivery from Burger King and a delivery to Baskin Robbins to the same. Yeah, that's double dash, man. Customers can order from multiple spots. Yeah. Stride good, ? Tracking miles, okay. I think Stride's good. Crawley, I think you should get Stride and QuickBooks. Spend about $7 on QuickBooks. It will allow you to track your taxes, your miles, your income. Stride and QuickBooks and the Get Upside app. I recommend those. If you have a credit card, it gets cash back on gas. Those are the 4 things you can have right now. Credit card, gas, gets cash back. Get Upside app. QuickBooks, Stride. Definitely money-making saving. You'll save a couple $1,000s a year if you have those 4. Guaranteed. Bud Soda says, many channels chatting on here, but I watch Pedro, UDM, Tanner, Markley, and Hannibal is Hungry. Amazing community. So we have a good community here. I like it. Many of those people you mentioned I work with. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something before we go. We are about to have an absolute phenomenal collaboration. You guys are not going to guess who I'm about to collab with. You'll never guess it in a million years. It's coming this week. Stay tuned. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be phenomenal. Sincere thanks, April. Crawley, you're welcome, man. That's what we're here for. We're here to help people. Listen, we're here to help, Crawley. We are here to help. I like to, everybody's new at any job you've ever had. If it's your first month, you're new. And we want to help anybody that we can. And there's a lot of great people in this community that have channels that can help with that for a number of different reasons. So many of them are in the chat right now. James Grant, I never use Double Dash. Always afraid my main meal will get cold. DoorDash accidentally double refunded me today, so I got $200 back. Wow. Good for you. James, what I think usually happens is the same dasher will probably bring you both, because the proximity of the food order and the convenience store order or whatever is going to be pretty close. So they should probably bring you both, but who knows? But I'm glad you got your money back. That's good. It's good. Vaughn 107, Pedro, I told you when you had close to 6,000 subs, you'll be at 10,000 in no time, and look at you. You flirt. Excuse me. I do remember you saying that. And I'm extremely humbled. I'm a little bit, excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't say I'm surprised that I have what I have right now in kind of a short amount of time. But I'm very humbled. and I'm working hard at it. I'm continuing the grind because I know I'm helping people. I'm having fun. It's entertaining. It's entertainment for you guys. I like doing it. I'm making money on YouTube. Like, there's a lot of reasons I'm continuing to do it, Vaughn. And I remember you said that, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Hey, listen, Bud Soda, watch Dash and Grandpa, please. But Dash and Grandpa, I've been noticing you've been making less videos. What's going on, bro? Grandpa, hit me up. I hope you're okay. But you've been making less content. I follow you, and I've been noticing that. So keep going. I know you said you want to get to 1K before the end of the year. Keep grinding, my friend. This community needs you. You provide something that a lot of us don't have. Keep going. Please. But I feel better now sniffing. Oh, Destin Grandpa, man. When I found your channel right when my daughter was being born. So we're talking in the summer. And I was like, who is this guy with his channel? Like, who's Destin Grandpa? Like, what? And I love it, man. I love it. You provide something to this community that a lot of us can't. A perspective that is not talked about enough. And I love it, man. It's really cool. It's a little crowd, but I'm going to keep going. Keep going, Gig. Keep going. Keep going. Hit my email, man. I got some suggestions for you. Hit my email. We can exchange numbers. I got some creative things I think might help. I could be wrong, but hit me up, man. I'd love to talk to you about it. I'd love to talk to you about it because I see you're out there. I see you working hard at it, man. I really do. Delivering with Ellen. What up? What do you look for in a channel? Question mark. Who are you talking to? Delivering with Ellen. Delivering with Ellen has a channel. Okay, so listen. There's 154 people watching right now. It's amazing. And you guys are in the chat. Okay, so if you like geek content, I want you guys to check out Dash and Grandpa. Put a link in, guys. Gig Glabowski. Delivery with Ellen. These people have channels. Check them out. Okay. I don't ever ask people to sub just because I asked you to sub, but watch a couple videos. I feel confident in their content. These are good people. I follow each of these people myself. Okay. So, yes, Gig. Thank you. Do that, please. Ellen, you got school tomorrow? I hope you're ready. Let's see what we got in here. You guys are still rocking. I'm going to answer. You guys got questions? I'll answer them. I'm kind of feeling, I'm in a good mood. We're not going to take any more live calls. We've already been on we've been on for 3 hours, but there's still people in here. So if you guys got questions, comments, concerns, let's talk about them right now. We got a little bit of time. We'll stay on for a little bit if you guys want. Got no problem with that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. Dash and Grandpa put his link in. Gig Glabowski put his link in. Check these guys' channels out, man. Check them out, please. Gig Glabowski dashes out of Alabama. Dash and Grandpa, I can't remember where you're at in Grandpa. Hit it. Put it in the comments. Where are you dashing out of? I can't remember. I know Lebowski's out in Alabama, but I can't remember where Grandpa's at. Got you, Lebowski. Thanks you so much, Pedro. And yes, school tomorrow. Yes. Delivering with Ellen. I think you came up on my Instagram too. I have to check that out. My girlfriend does my Instagram. I'm not on there often. She literally posts everything on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, Mr.BetonYou, all one word, BetonYou. She does all of it. I do nothing. I give her all the credit. But I do sometimes go on there and like look at stuff, but I don't post anything for myself. Wichita Falls, Texas. Okay, thank you. I knew you were kind of south, but I couldn't remember. Bud Soda says, why is everyone afraid of highway miles, multi-apping, and zone hopping? Bud Soda, I'm telling you, I don't know. I think some people they get afraid of the miles, but you have to understand 3 city miles with stop signs and stoplights is slower than a 7-mile run on a highway every day of the week. Well, there could be traffic on a highway, but most of the time it's going to be better. So, yeah. He's in Texas. Yeah, I wasn't afraid. Yeah. Pedro, what do you do if you get a $3 offer for 10 miles? What do you say? Kobe, James, you know that. Come on, bro. We said Kobe Bryant. Get a good tax professional. Yeah, I am. I follow you on the Thank you, Delivering with Ellen. Eric says, Pedro, where is that donation tab on your channel? Donation tab? I don't have a donation tab. I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? Donation tab. You can super chat. I don't have a donation tab. I do not ask for donations. Told my ex he is a POS for not even trying this, as I'm the primary bread earner. I'm still taking extra work outside of my public health nurse job for homeless full time. Crawley, listen, I respect you more than I know. I do. Lucinda, I had a delivery after dark tonight in a nice subdivision. GPS says, you have arrived. Every house around me, dark as pitch, bright lights everywhere, looking for an address. Ooh. Yeah, Lucinda, that's a new thing in the app. It will like voice tell you if you arrived. But yeah, if the lights are dark, you got to be careful. Put your phone on. Put the flashlight in your phone. Dave Ramsey is a good place to look for financial and tax trusted guides. Dave Ramsey is not bad. I don't know a lot about him. Kobe, James, all day. All day. Dave Ramsey's, I've heard a lot about him. I actually had a book that was gifted to me from him. Issue is while they're shopping, the food is cold. Yeah. I hate delivering to homes at night where there's no marker for the show. I know, man. It's crazy. The GPS should take you within a house or two, but it can be difficult. Use that phone. Use a flashlight. Lucinda says, saw neighbor, so I knew I was right. I wanted to throw their groceries all over the yard from my car to the door. If you have a delivery after dark, turn your freaking lights on. Facts, Lucinda. I agree. Crawley says, Dave Ramsey? Yeah, Dave Ramsey's like a financial advisor. Google Dave Ramsey. You'll find him, Crawley. James says, I had a Walmart delivery last night, and a guy yelled at me for parking in front of his house and being in front of his door. That's crazy. Some people are nuts, man. It's crazy. I recommend Ken Coleman on YouTube. Great career advice. I feel you. I was. Lucinda's having one of them nights, man. So it's 12 o'clock. We're going to come to a close. So a few things before. Don't leave yet, because I want to share a couple things with you guys that are going to be coming up. So, you guys could decide if you want to share in that adventure. All right. This week, like I said earlier, I got a collab coming up I'm looking forward to very much. I've done a few collabs, but this one's going to be different. It's going to be in person. It's going to be phenomenal. Just be ready for that. And then on this coming Saturday night, I'm going to be on a round table with UDM and DoorDash Dad, two people that I followed since the beginning of my channel. I have a tremendous amount of respect for both of these guys. Both of them have helped me tremendously with things as far as YouTube and other things, not YouTube related. So we're going to talk about on YouTube's channel. It's going to be a round table about tipping and not tipping. I believe me and UDM have a difference of opinion on this topic. So we're going to chop it up. Look for that Saturday night. Look for, even before then, this amazing collab I have coming up. And then also, I will be in the next 3 to 4 months collaborating with a very popular YouTube channel, gig related. I'm going to be doing some content for them. So look for that. I'll share that on my page. It'll be on their page. A lot of things coming on this channel. Trying to keep the content fresh for you guys, but also doing new things. And you guys are going to go on this vending machine journey with me. I'm going to be going out of town for Thanksgiving. I'm going to take you guys, we'll do some little videos on that, some family stuff and just other stuff. Hope you guys enjoy that. Follow me on Instagram, Mr.BetonYou. You can follow me there. My girlfriend puts pictures up. Some gig stuff, but then just regular day-to-day stuff. Just, fun stuff. It doesn't have to always be gig stuff. That's the main focus of the channel, but there's a lot of other things that we do. So I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate you guys helping the newbies in the chat. A lot of you guys did that tonight. Check out Delivering with Ellen. Check out Gig Lebowski. Check out Dashing Grandpa. Check out all those channels. If you have a channel, put in a link. It's all good. I appreciate you guys. Listen, One thing that I'm steadfast on, and I will double down, triple down, quadruple down, it's just what I believe. And I want to save you guys pain and agony. I want to save you your ratings being declined, going down. No tip, no trip. If you think somebody didn't tip you, if you know your market, you know your merchants, you know your base pay, you know when they might add money. If you see a $2, $3, or $4 order, don't take it. Be selective. Be patient. If somebody can't value your time for picking up their food, going and waiting in a line for them, shopping for them, placing an order for them, using your vehicle and your gas for them, having to go to their apartment building, up the elevator, going to their work, up the elevator, waiting for them in the inclement weather. It's cold outside. It's about ready to snow in a lot of markets. If they can't tip you for all of those 10 reasons I just mentioned, do not, and I repeat, do not take that order. Be patient. Those customers are not your customers. They are the restaurant's customers because they are paying a delivery fee, a service fee, maybe a small basket fee, whatever. Maybe they're paying a little bit more for that chicken McNuggets as if they got it themselves. But they are not your customer. Your customer will tip you for you doing a service for them that they could do most of the time themselves. I challenge you to think about that. I challenge you, if you want to take that $3 order going a mile, why? Be selective. Because the next order could be $6 going a mile, $6 going 3 miles. And that $6 order is better than a $3 order all the time. Bet on you, set goals one at a time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a great night. Be safe.